Laramie Wrestling. McCade Ford was messaging me last night about
We're celebrating the grand opening of our new showroom with a sale on new Kias. I'm AJ Miller for Kia of Cheyenne. Right now, come in for savings on a new 2025 Kia Carnival, which will give you more features, safety advancements, comfort, and much more. There's no need to go anywhere else. We've upgraded our facilities to provide you with an even better service for an exceptional car buying experience. Come in, call 775-0123 or go to kiaofcheyenne.com and we'll make it easy.
At Fat Boys Tire and Auto, our business is about more than just selling tires and fixing cars. We believe in faith, family, and community. The Fat Boys family has been serving Wyoming and Nebraska for over 50 years, and 3 generations later, our values have never changed. When you need tires or auto repairs, find the Fat Boys, and we'll treat you like family. Fat Boys Tire and Auto in Cheyenne, Laramie, Scottsbluff, and Wheatland. Get price quotes and schedule service at fatboystires.com.
Ready to level up? Show your team pride every time you pay with the new lineup of FNBO Visa Debit Fan Cards. Free with any FNBO checking account. Unlike any card you've seen, with unique design, raised detail, and premium finish. Pay in style everywhere you go. The new collection, only from FNBO. Visit fnbo.com/debit to get yours.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows. Your home deserves the very best, that's what we give to you. When it comes to vinyl windows, no need to be confused. We manufacture in Wyoming, build them all right here. 'Cause we know the climate, suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows.
From your head to your toes, we're here to keep you moving. With consultation, treatment, and rehabilitation all in one location, it's easier than ever to get the level of care you deserve. Cheyenne Regional, we inspire great health.
This is your journey. But whatever direction you take, whatever path you find, wherever your journey leads, everything you need to get there is right here. Find your path and your community at LCCC.
Sometimes you're anticipating it. Sometimes it's unexpected. Occasionally it's something small. But most of the time, it's a pretty big deal. It's your best day ever. And Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union is proud of the part we play in making each of them happen. Whether opening your first savings account or moving into your dream home, Meridian Trust is there for all your best days.
Here at Kia of Cheyenne, we're having a grand opening sale with the savings on new Kias. I'm AJ Miller for Kia of Cheyenne, and right now you could save even more on a new 2025 Kia Telluride. The 2025 Kia Telluride will surprise you with standard features, versatility, and comfort for a better value than what's available elsewhere. Stay close to home and pay less here at Kia of Cheyenne. Come by and check out our upgraded facilities. Call 775-0123 or go to Kia.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows. Your home deserves the very best, that's what we give to you. When it comes to vinyl windows, no need to be confused. We manufacture in Wyoming, build them all right here. 'Cause we know the climate, suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows.
Well, good evening, everyone. This is high school football on 1480 K-Ray Cheyenne. Reese Monaco along with the mayor, Dan Morris. And, well, right now we've got the captains out at midfield for the coin toss. And, well, they have just done the toss. Central has won the toss, and it looks like they will receive. We're just about ready to get this thing underway here, Dan, and again, a battle of two 1-1 teams that I think both these teams are looking at this game as an opportunity. This is a game that Laramie believes they can go on the road and win. If you're Cheyenne Central, you have to defend the home field. I mean, both sidelines here feel that this is a game that they can win.
And this is going to be the start of the battle for the playoffs. These are two teams that, as you just said, Reese, are believing they can win. Central, by all rights, statistically, should be 2-0. Laramie had a tough go in their first game, taking a big loss to East, but rallied really well and put pretty nice win, 24-0 win on Kelly Walsh. So I think right now, too, not only are the coaches and the players trying to figure out their identity and exactly who they can be tonight and what they can do, but they also have to have in the back of the mind that this is the start to the path of that playoff position. 8 teams going for a. So you got to just grab a couple wins, and this is a big one for either team tonight.
And we'll just quickly run down the starting offensive lineup for Central after the kick. And Laramie will kick it away, and Weston Ennis will tee it up on the 40-yard line. Back deep to receive for Central, Tyrone Richards and Austin Teasley, the 2 deep backs. And I've been watching Weston Ennis kick it off, and Central will be moving right to left across your radio dial. And again, it'll just be a quick starting lineups once we get this one going. We're a little bit early, 5 minutes early to start this game. We're scheduled to kick off at 6 o'clock. Good evening, everyone. This is high school football on 1480 K-Ray. Reese Monaco along with Dan Morris. Glad to have you with us here this evening. And 2 old rivals meeting. Central, they're all blacks with white numbers. Laramie, all whites with the maroon numbers. It's a high end-over-end kick that Richards will field right about the 9-yard line. He'll work it to the right sideline, have a little bit of room, and shake and beg across the 35 to the 40. He's going to be driven out of bounds right at the 39-yard line. Great field position for Central on their opening possession.
As a coach, you just have a smile on your face when your opening return works perfectly. The lineman got over there. Everybody got a block, got a great wall built on that side, picked up Laramie kids all the way down the field, and got a really strong return. I'm thinking, what did you get there, Reese? About 30 yards? About roughly 32-yard return there. That's pretty good at high school. You're always looking for that. Get up near the 40-yard line.
Owen Woods at quarterback and Tyrone Richards running back. You have Keenan Dennison, Austin Teasley. 2 of the receivers, 2 will split off to the left, and Woods out of the shotgun. We'll just give it on a little inside shuffle to Dennison. That's Keenan Dennison. Dennison is out to the 45, going to be driven out of bounds right near a first down as he crosses the 45 to the 46-yard line, and that will be enough for a first down. 9-yard, no, not in the first down, 9-yard gain for Dennison, just on the little shuffle pass.
That was actually, I think, Austin Teasley with a carry there. He's number 26, so he's really fast, a great running back for Central. He should see the ball a lot tonight.
So Teasley with the 9-yard carry. Again, out of the shotgun. One back in the backfield. That's Cody Witt. Stands just to the right of Owen Woods. 2 receive. Pitch it off to Woods. He'll just take the quick pitch off the right side. And the big fella going to lower his head across midfield out near the 48-yard line.
Those are my favorite plays. As an old fullback, just let us put our nose right in there and bust somebody in the chest and see what happens. And that was just pure power there. What a great run.
And enough for a first down for the Indians. Receivers split off to either side. One back in the backfield just to the right of Woods. That is Witt just to the left of Woods. Fake the give. Quick pitch off to the left side just right near the 40. And that is Teasley. Again, Teasley gets out near the 40-yard line. That'll be a 7-yard gain for Woods on his first pitch to Austin Teasley. And, I think Central can attack this Laramie team through the air. Laramie, number 9 through their first 2 games in the state in total defense, and in pass defense, Laramie giving up 113 yards a game. 1 receiver to the right, 3 split off to the left for the Indians. Out of the shotgun is Owen Woods, and that is Witt in the backfield, and now just drop straight back and fire. He's got his man and hit immediately at the 35-yard line.
That was a really nice route, too. He just went down, Robbie Calvert just went down there about 10 yards, did a little curl, and sat down inside the defensive backs. Owen Woods didn't do a lot of guessing. He took his number 1 choice there and fired a rocket right to him. It was a nice little tight completion and a good job of picking up the first down and the yardage they needed.
Yeah, that is second first down. Nice drive here brewing for the Indians. And working out of the pistol now with Woods in the shotgun, 1 back right behind him. They'll take the snap, and here come the flags. And this is where Central ran into trouble, but this will be offsides on the Plainsman with the officials signaling. So that'll move it up 5 yards and bring up first down and 5. But this is where Central last year against Laramie started shooting themselves in the foot when they were getting into scoring position like this.
And we saw the same difficulty when they faced Campbell County County this year, taking a really small, I think final score, if I remember, 16-15, but they had like 335 yards of offense or 355 yards of offense. So they can obviously move the ball, but they got to put it in the end zone.
3 receivers to the left, and there goes the flag, throwing from the far side, and I believe Central has just given this one back as they drew Laramie off. So Laramie with 2 offsides gives Central the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 right at the 25-yard line.
Laramie coach is choosing to call 2 corner blitzers there, actually bringing up their safeties, and both of them trying to get a jump on the snap. Central given the hesitation of that count and drew them both off sides, 1 on each side.
Campbell Smith in the backfield just to the left of Woods, and he'll give it off to Smith. Smith breaking some tackles as he works his way right side off tackle. He'll be spun down near the 20-yard line. Pickup of nearly 4 yards.
You know why Campbell's crafty like that? He wrestles.
Is that it?
Yeah, he's a stud right there. Campbell, I'm a huge fan of Campbell. I love that kid. He is fantastic. Known Austin for a long time, Austin Teasley. They are just great kids to coach. Very smart, work hard. They believe everything the coach says, and they're going to put everything out there for them.
Call it a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. As the Tribe is driving. Woods quickly fires once again off to Teasley. Teasley picks up a block. Here comes the flag, and Teasley tiptoes the left sideline out near the end zone, but I believe this is going to be coming back. The flag is right where there was a block on the corner.
Jacked a man out there, lined up receiver, came out there to pick up the corner, tried to get a block on him. He wasn't sure which way Teasley was going. Teasley cut to the outside. Unfortunately, Jack's hands were extended, got caught with holding right there. Tough break for the Indians, but the way this offense is clicking right now, it probably shouldn't be too hard for him to recover.
Yeah, they'll back this one up quickly along the offensive line. Jack Garrett, Caden Tafoya, DJ Sayers, Rigdon Smith, and Karsten Scholl, and a holding, and that will back it up and bring up 2nd down and a 14 is what we'll call it. Maybe 2nd and 15. Ball will be spotted near the 29-yard line, the 29-yard line for the Indians. Again, out of the shotgun is Woods. In the backfield just to his left is Tyrone Richards. Richards, top rusher in 4A right now. Now they'll look to the sideline, the double cadence here, and Woods changeling. He's audibling. He'll back up. 3 receivers split off to the right. Now guiding Richards, and Richards will just change sides from the left to the right and give it to Richards up the middle. He breaks 1 tackle, which nearly was a face back, pocks it out left side, and he got that penalty yardage back and then some as he works it down to the 16, 17-yard line. That'll be nearly a 15-yard gain.
And I don't want to criticize officials, but that was a face mask. You saw his head snap around backwards. Sideline official looking right at it. Should have called that. That was a pretty obvious call, but he did his job, picked the first down anyway.
Yeah, they'll give him a first down. We'll call it 15. 1st and 10. Ball on the 13-yard line for the Tribe. Woods quickly swings it out right side. He's got his man. That is Keenan Dennison. Dennison's going to be hit and drop quickly right near the 10-yard line. About a 3-yard gain for the Indians on the quick swing pass out to the right side.
The thing that's impressive with Woods in his passing right now is he's very quick. He's not sitting back there and dancing around and being nervous with his feet. He knows where he wants to get to the ball. He trusts his receivers to hit the open little spots there. And they're getting there, hitting those little quick curls, those little setups on those screens, and Woods doing a great job of getting the dime right there real fast.
2nd and 5 from the 8-yard line. Woods fakes the give and then looking to give it back around on the end around, and I believe that is Jack DeMona, who was hit initially around the left side, stood up, and then he just tiptoes into the end zone. That is a Cheyenne Central touchdown on the little reverse.
Beautiful, nice little play by the running back there. Kept selling that straight run with the running backs. So Woods handed that off. They cut through the middle there, and as DeMana came back around from his tight end position, he could slip right past the left tackle and into the end zone. Really was untouched.
And Pedersen on for the PAT, and Keenan Dennison on the hold, and Central striking quickly. The ball drive started at their own 39 yards, a 61-yard touchdown drive. The snap is good, the hold is down, the kick is up and away, and it is good. And the Indians jump out to a 7-0 lead on the Laramie Plainsmen with 7:24 to play in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're watching and listening to high school football on 1480 K-Ray. It was a 39-yard touchdown drive, 61-yard touchdown drive, for the Central Indians to open this game on their first possession. Dane Pedersen has it teed up at the 40, and back deep to receive for Laramie, Nolan Reese and Isaac Kirsch. Noah Reese has really burst onto the scene as a two-way player. Pedersen, the high end-over-ender, and Reese will just watch it fly over his head. And Laramie's first possession will start at their own 20-yard line. And the touchback, and I tell you what, you don't think too much about it, Dan, but having a kicker like Pedersen, the second great Pedersen kicker for Central, is quite an offensive weapon.
Well, for several years ago, maybe 6-8 years ago, their dad, and we're speaking about also his older brother Brock, who's now kicking at Northern State. His dad decided my kids could be kickers. They're soccer players already, and he has invested a lot of time and money to make them the kickers they are. And both Brock and Dane have had a great high school career, and both should have great college careers.
Dax Parvin out of the shotgun, slaps his hands, swings it off left, and just short hops his intended receiver. That was Isaac Kirsch, and Dax Parvin. First pass incomplete as he just tried the quick swing pass out to the left side and short hopped his guy, Dax Parvin. Saw a picture last week that he was on the sidelines at UW, and Jack Garrett receiving some interest from for Central from UW as well.
Absolutely, Jack Garrett, right tackle and defensive tackle for Central. Huge human being and a great football player.
High snap. Parvin has to go up and just the inside give and carrying the pile forward out near the 25-yard line is Tyler Gale. Gale picks up nearly 5 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Plainsmen from their own 25-yard line.
You bring up the name Jack Garrett out there. He's been a star from McCormick Junior High and Central High since the day he walked onto campus. He's a difference maker. He's just a huge kid, really fun to coach, very smart, 6'5", 285, schools at UNLV, University of Montana, Wyoming, Utah Tech, all talking to him.
3 receivers to the right. Parvin out of the shotgun, fakes the give. He rolls right, looking downfield. He's being chased and throws on the run, and he's got his man right near the 31-yard line. What a great catch by Noah Reese. And Parvin on the run threads the needle to Nolan Reese for the first down.
That was a heck of a play right there, jumping out of bounds with a guy hanging on your back collar. In fact, Laramie coaches were begging for a horse collar call there. But nice job of jumping, keeping his feet in bounds, and getting that short little quick pass off. Pretty effective. Not sure if they can do that time and time again, but that was an effective play right there.
Yeah, enough for the first down. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line of the Plainsmen. Parvin out of the shotgun. In the backfield, that's Boone Frew just to his right, and 3 receivers stacked to the right, and Parvin's going to take it himself right up the middle, just keeping as he crosses the 35 out to the 36-yard line.
That gives you an idea of why he was on the University of Wyoming sidelines, Reese. You know, the kid is an athlete. He runs well, strong. He gets his head down and makes some good drives. 185 pounds, 6'3", good-sized kid. Obviously, that kind of frame converts well to D1 football, so hopefully we can see him in a Cowboy uniform someday.
2nd and we'll call it 6, maybe 5. Parvin. Laramie will spread it out. 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right, and backs on either side of Dax Parvin, and he'll on the inside give on the cross and hand this one off to Dax Beetleman as Beetleman fights his way forward off tackle right side, and Beetleman picks up about 3 yards for the Plainsmen.
Beetleman owes his right sideline a lot of credit for that play right there. They did a great job of cutting off the Central defenders, forming a little wall there, and he just got in behind it and picked up the necessary yards for a strong third down, making this a really short pickup. All sorts of options here for Laramie. Throwing, running, quarterback, keeper, whatever they like, they can run it right now, and this is the time to do it.
3rd and 2 at their own 40-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left again. Backs on either side of Dax Parvin working out of the shotgun, now in motion, and the high snap. And on the inside give, will give it off, and he cannot get to the edge. What a play by the Indians as they tried to give it to A.J. Sidoris, and he may have lost a yard on that. But, Dan, what a play on the edge for Central.
Austin Teasley, every bit of his speed. That kid has been just laser fast since he was 12 years old, and that time he showed it coming up from his safety position, closed those 12 yards quick. It did a great job of cutting the running back down, making sure there's no extra yards, and now Austin's going to drop back and return this punt. Probably can see some more magic right here.
And Weston Ennis is on to punt this away. What a defensive play for the Indians, and it's shanked. It bounces near the 46-yard line, and now it takes an Indian bounce. Will roll back near midfield, across midfield to the 49-yard line, and Central on their second offensive position has outstanding field position from the Laramie 49-yard line, and that was just a flat-out shank.
9, maybe 10 yards of punt net there. That is just not what you're looking for, and unfortunately they even lost an extra 3 or 4 because the ball hit the ground and started rolling back toward Laramie. The kids kind of backed off and let it go, as oftentimes coaches will tell them do, but in that case they were reminded, jump on the ball quick when it rolls back toward you.
Tyrone Richards in the backfield along with Owen Wood stands just to his right. Central sends 2 receivers to the right side, wide right. Woods out of the shotgun. He'll drop back, now roll. He's going to tuck it. Looks like he's going to keep himself. But wow, you mentioned the play that Central made defensively. What an outstanding play by Tyler Gale, flying in and throwing Woods for nearly a 10-yard loss.
And if you look at Laramie's lineups, their strongest players are the seniors, and Tyler certainly showed it there. At 6 foot, 195 pounds, he used every bit of that to get in the backfield. Called on a blitz, came to the left side perfectly into where Central was trying to run the ball. It closed the distance very quickly and obviously dropped Central for about an 8-yard loss.
2nd and 17 now at their own 44, the Indians. In the backfield, Cody Witt just to the right of Woods. Woods, a little shovel pass, and now the reverse as they'll try to find the right side and some running room, and he's off into the open, breaking a tackle at the 10. And he'll be drugged down at the 5-yard line. That is Keenan Dennison. No, that is
I think it was Dennison, absolutely.
That was Keenan Dennison as he works it down near the 5-yard line.
I think in that case, that was Central playing the hand that Laramie is being hyper-aggressive with their blitz packages right now and really attacking the insides, trying to get and disrupt the backfield. But there was no chance of them because Dennis just poured on the gas and went.
Nearly a 45-yard gain for Dennison. 1st and goal for the Tribe at the 6-yard line. And the inside give to the big man, and he's just going to plow his way forward over the left side for the Tribe, and that is a Smith. Campbell Smith up the middle. And you know what? A little bit of thunder and lightning for the Indians here. They have some power with Witt and Smith and the speed on the edges.
It's a great balance right now. It's keeping Laramie on their toes, trying to pre-guess what the play is going to be, obviously what defense does. But right now, Central's kind of beating them with every hand because Laramie is not guessing the correct gaps in the correct places. But when you get those big horses like Tafoya and Garrett up there plowing for you, boy, it makes it easy yards.
Second and goal from the 2 for the Indians. Now Woods will be up underneath center. 2 backs in the backfield. Woods will hand and hit initially in the backfield, and driving his way forward is Cody Witt. And Witt will be stopped short. Maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe 1 yard, Dan. But, boy, he just got hit and just kept driving.
And make it worse, there's a penalty on the play.
High school kids are awesome. Austin Teasley's got 2 different colored shoes on. We'll have to wait and see what the penalty is against the Indians. It'll back it up, back outside the 5 to the 7-yard line.
Illegal shift. They had a couple guys in motion to snap the ball. What I think it was actually was a receiver reset his feet. He didn't actually do any motion. He just set his feet, which is against the rules in high school football.
So with the penalty, it'll remain a 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line now for the Indians. Indians, the full huddle. Now we'll work out of the shotgun with Woods, and Smith stands just to his right. Receiver split wide left is Austin Teasley. The snap, quick pitch right side. That is Smith. Smith tried to get to the 5, and there he's hit and driven backwards. About a 2-yard gain for Smith.
Central choosing to pull the right tackle and have a kick-out block on the defensive end, but the linebackers and defensive backs did a nice job of reading that play and attacking quickly to shut that before there was too many yards gained.
Campbell Smith works it inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 2 as the Indians are right back where they were. Teasley splits off wide left. Dennison is wide right. Smith, the deep back. Underneath center is Woods. Woods will take the snap, and now a little bit of the Indian push, we'll call it. Not quite the tush push, as the Indians drive it down to the 1-yard line. It'll bring up 4th and goal. Maybe just a little bit too far away to try that tush push play.
Well, and it was a little obvious to read, too, because the central linemen are all touching their feet next to each other. Very tight formation. The running back came up, set up behind the quarterback. It was pretty obvious what play they're going to attempt, but that's when you turn into your lineman, as Central did, and said, we need you to make this play happen.
And it'll be 4th and goal from the half-yard line, and we'll have the play when we come back. That will do it for the first quarter. The Tribe leading the Plainsmen 7-0. You're listening to and watching high school football on 1480 K-Ray. We're back in 30 seconds.
Here's a phone number to keep handy in today's high-technology world. 307-256-8971. It's the number for affordable computer repair. Whether it's a virus, hard drive, motherboard, keyboard problem, or just to update your computer with the latest versions, Lanny at Affordable Computer Repair has the expertise to address and fix these problems and more for your desktop, laptop, or tablet. Call locally owned and operated Affordable Computer Repair for your home or business computers today at 256-8971.
A right-handed quarterback, it is such a tough throw to make, and Woods probably just didn't trust himself with the defensive backs hanging out in the middle. Took the little bit shorter pass, and the defensive back still made a great job of getting there, knocking that pass down.
Parvin Comes out of the huddle for the Plainsmen. The Plainsmen send one receiver to the right, two to the left. Parvin up underneath center at the half-yard line. Parvin with the long snap count, maybe looking to draw Central off. Here comes the flags, and maybe got his own guys.
I think it was actual Central was flinching but not crossing, and their flinching back and forth made the right tackle, the right guard just jump a little bit.
So they moved. That penalty was all of about 6 inches.
Yes, that's what it was. That really doesn't show up the statistics. As a coach, you're still not happy because even more of your team now has their feet in the end zone. This is a tough place to be. You can guarantee Central's going to bring the house and attack hard and fast.
Plainsman again, one receiver to the right, two split off to the left. Parvin is up underneath center. He'll turn and give to the first man through. Hit immediately and dropped right near the goal line. That was Tyler Gale that may have picked up a yard on the play.
One of Central's better linebackers, Conrad Prescott, their number 2, 6'1", 180, came up and did a great form tackle. Conrad has just been a stud. Most of his career has been a little bit undersized, but as a senior, he's really grown into a body, and he's a big playmaker out there. Expect for him to come hard again this play.
2nd and 10 from about the 1, and now just trying to sneak and get out of the end zone. Parvin will dive forward and pick up a yard.
This is a tough position for Laramie, too, because you just watched your punter essentially muff a kick for 10 yards, just not a good contact, and now he's going to be kicking out of an end zone short distance. He'd probably like to be back 12 to 15 yards. He's going to be lucky if he has 8, and Central will bring the house to try to knock this down. We'll see what kind of trick they kind of pull here.
Illegal shift on Laramie, so they'll make it half the distance to the goal, which again is about a foot.
Yeah, you might as well decline it. There's
exactly.
Nothing gained.
Just keep the down, but they'll move it back. There you go, Dan. Central has chosen to decline the penalty, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 3rd and 9. 3rd and a long 9 from the 1-yard line, or maybe the half-yard line. Now Parvin will work out of the shotgun with 3 receivers split off to the left. Parvin takes a snap, drops deep. He fires across the middle, got a man, and just off the hands of Noah Reese, diving out near the 30-yard line. And why not go for it all? But Dax Parvin almost hit Noah Reese right in the hands. That would have been a huge play, and now that'll bring up 4th down, and the Plainsmen will have to punt out of their own end zone. Weston Ennis will boot it out of there, and back deep to receive. Keenan Dennison stands at his own 45-yard line.
Caleb Henning, the defensive back for Central, did a nice job of getting good position. That was very close to complete a pass, and a very nice pass, just an extra foot too far.
And a high end-over-end kick, and that will bounce near the 20-yard line and take a Plainsman bounce and outroll near the 35-yard line to the 37-yard line. That rolled about 12 yards, and again, back-to-back kicks for Dennison. I don't think he intended that one either. Have not been great, and Central will have outstanding field position once again.
Most punters want to be able to take a step with their off leg so they can bring their power leg through and kick that ball. In that case, he only had 2 steps essentially. One of his power leg, then his off leg and kick. This time he only could take that 1 step and a kick because he was trying to hurry it to stop that block, and that just drove the ball straight up in the air, taking a lot of yards away from Laramie, adding a lot of yards for Central, and Laramie.
Central's 3rd offensive possession. The first one started at their own 39, second one at the Laramie 49, and this one at the Laramie 38-yard line.
And I didn't hear which side, but Laramie or Central, one of the two Central got a sideline warning there.
Woods out of the shotgun. Inside give to Campbell Smith as he bangs his way left side. And you know what? If you're going to run the football, why not run it left with you have Big Jack Garrett and Caden Tafoya plowing the way on the left side of that offensive line for the Indians. That'll be a 5-yard gain for Smith.
That was a nice little shifty running out of Smith, too. He did a great job of being about 2 yards deep, settled down, cut left, cut right, cut left, and then cut left again, and picked up probably 4 or 5 extra yards just because he waited for the holes to develop.
There comes a flag again. Indians had 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And it looks like offset sides on the Plainsmen, and this may be enough for a first down or maybe a yard short, but the Plainsmen, that is their third offsides penalty, Dan.
Well, and Central's doing a great job of seeing them being aggressive. Laramie's not hiding their blitzes. They're bringing their corners, linebackers up, and they're set in a sprinter stance, which tells the quarterbacks they're coming. So just throw a hard count at them almost every time you're going to jump, and here Laramie is doing it again.
2nd and 1 from the 29-yard line. Woods out of the shotgun, steps back, fires. He wants it all right across the middle. It's caught and dropped immediately. Austin Teasley near the 2-yard line. A 27-yard gain, 28-yard as Teasley right at the goal line, and Woods throws a dart across the middle to Teasley.
Great little pass route by Teasley, coming off his right end and going hard down the side, down the hash marks, and then cutting back to the middle. That pass was probably a yard too high, but Teasley not only fast, showing his athleticism, getting up in the air and pulling that down for a fantastic completion. Laramie did a great job of keeping out of the end zone, but right now, as you just said, I'm going to get behind Big Jack, Caden Tafoya, and I'm going to see what the big boys can do.
1st and goal from the 1. Up underneath center, Woods takes the snap and turns to give the second man through, lowers his head and steps into the end zone. That is Cody Witt from 1 yard out. Cody Witt into the end zone for the Tribe as they increase their lead to 13-0. And right now you look at where the Indians have started their field position in this game, Dan, and they have been in attack mode ever since. Now Dane Peterson on for the PAT. The snap is good, the hold is down, the kick is on the way, and the kick is good. And the Indians 14-0 over the Plainsmen with 9:32 to play in the first half. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're watching and listening to high school football on K-Ray.
Don't fumble with your family dinner tonight. Score extra points at Two Doors Down. Two Doors Down is wired for football season and with a menu that won't penalize your pocketbook. Two Doors Down menu selections are perfect for the active family, from gourmet burgers and bottomless fries to soups and salads to the all-new platters and, of course, your favorite beverages. Tackle your family's cravings tonight at Two Doors Down, 118 East 17th Street. For full menu and specials, go to twodoorsdown.net. Two Doors Down, flippin' great burgers since 2009.
And it's a high end-over-ender that Noah Reese will field near the 3-yard line. Reese up the middle. Reese leaps. Here comes a flag. Reese is in the open to the 45. Runs up the back of his own guy to the 50. Now to the 40. Still on his feet. Finally going to be drugged down at the Central 30-yard line. But those 2 yellow flags could be spotlight beacons shining on this green field right now. This one, as spectacular as that return from Noah Reese was, appears to be coming back.
Laramie coaches shaking their head no, just not disagreeing, but just frustration. That was a great job of Laramie kids getting up front, getting the blocks and they needed to. And Reese, wow, what a burst of speed. He saw that seam and got up the left hash marks as fast as you could possibly ask him to. But Laramie is frustrated. Here they go, unfortunately, finding a way to stumble again on another drive, making it hard on themselves.
You have to name
3 fouls.
That will offset. Holding against the return team.
Holding.
Personal foul. Return team.
A personal foul, return team.
Kicking team.
And a personal foul on the kicking team. So all the penalties offset and re-kick. Okay, this is just me. You would think a holding and a personal foul would trump one personal foul.
It just astounds
me. You think
me.
the 2 personal fouls would trump each other and the holding would be the penalty, but now Dane Pedersen's going to get another chance to try to kick it away from Noah Reese. And if that name sounds familiar, Dan, his dad is coaching on this Laramie team, and Terrence Reese, former Wyoming Cowboy, wideout, and you can see just how athletic and explosive Noah Reese is. So Reese and Isaac Kirsch will once again go back to return the kick of Dane Pedersen.
I got a couple officials that are friends, high school officials that are friends in this town. I need to ask them why 2 plus 1 or 2 minus 1 doesn't equal 1. That doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. There should be a penalty.
The new math.
Yeah.
Pedersen has it teed up on the left hash at the 40-yard line. And again, Kirsch and Reese back deep to receive. Pedersen will just skip this one along the ground, takes a high hop, fielded by one of the upbacks working to the near side. Going to be hit and pushed backward to the 30, trying to work his way to the left sideline and driven out of bounds near the 39-yard line. So Laramie will have their best field position at their own 39, and kind of like that decision. Let's not put the ball in the hands of a guy that's explosive like Noah Reese, and he reminds me of the way he can just change a game, Dan, like Brenchley for Central did last year.
Absolutely. He has such natural speed. He's so tall. 6'3", 180 pounds. He's got just that wide receiver lightning speed look to him at all times. He's lined up wide outside. I would expect to see a lot of passes headed his way.
Dax Parvin out of the shotgun, running backs on either side, and he'll give it to Gale right up the middle. Gale across the 40 will work his way out and just keep those legs driving out near the 43-yard line. That'll be around a 3 or a 4 yard gain for Gale.
You know, I had a high school coach that used to always tell us you got to win warm-ups to win the game. And when I came in the stadium, both teams were out there warming up, and Laramie had, in my opinion, too much energy going in their warm-up. Central just looked like they were coming for business. And I think now Laramie starts to feel that pre-game hyper coming out of them, and now they're starting to play some serious football. This should actually tighten up the game and make it a lot more interesting here.
Parvin out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. In motion is Sidoris swinging back right side to Reese, and kind of a little wide receiver screen there as Parvin finds Reese coming in on the wide receiver screen. It'll be a pickup of nearly 4 yards, and you get the ball into the hands of your playmakers, and that was one of those plays that was designed to get the ball into the hands of your playmakers.
And I think that was also a play designed to just try to pick up the first down, not necessarily looking for a big shot, because as Reese came back inside, he was met by all the linebackers, defensive backs, but had a great little block out front. Used it really well to pick up necessary yards.
3rd and 1 from the 48 of the Plainsmen. 3 receivers split off to the right, 1 to the left. Parvin out of the shotgun. On the inside give right near midfield, and will be enough for a first down, as that's Boone Frood as he drives his way forward for nearly a 2-yard gain and the first down.
Laramie fans should be pleased with that. All of a sudden you can feel that Laramie rhythm starting to get happening here, being very effective both in the air and on the ground. That's important to keep Central balanced. You don't want to start committing yourself to one side of it and let the big athletes for Central just tear through your line. So right now, nice balance. Central doing a good job of keeping them in check. I just feel like there's a big play coming from Central here.
Parvin out of the shotgun. Again, 2 receivers to the right. One motions out of the backfield. Swing pass out of the backfield. It is complete. Spins away from the tackle, and that is complete for the Plainsmen. That is Dax Beetleman. Beetleman on the completion. A 5-yard gain. Just a little swing pass out of the backfield.
Caleb Henney did actually a great job of reading that, coming up from his defensive back position. Did a nice job of attacking that. Unfortunately, just took a too tight of an angle to the receiver, and as the receiver turned and accelerated, Henney was left behind, reaching out just trying to grab the back of his jersey, but didn't effectively cut him off, but did a nice job of reading the play.
2 receivers split off to either side for the Plainsmen. 2nd and 5 from the Central 45-yard line. Parvin out of the shotgun, rolls out and swings it out of the backfield, and a flag comes flying. The pass was complete, and a tie-up. It looked like A.J. Sidoris got tied up with one of the Indians is trying to make the block, and this could be coming back as well. Sidoris ended up losing his helmet on the play.
Yeah, I think Conrad Dobler, geez.
He's a pretty nasty dude, that Conrad Dobler. He would have tore somebody's helmet off,
no problem.
and then tried to pick it up and hit him with it.
Spit in it. Now, Conrad Prescott coming up from his linebacker position and just engaging with a good block there, but it's one of those things, you're wide open, you're out there, you're both pulling on each other, and I was just going to say, I think it was actually Sidoris who was doing the holding. That's what Prescott did, a little retaliation. Luckily, didn't get a penalty on him for essentially knocking off Sidoris' hat.
The hold on Sidoris will push the ball back to Plainsman territory to their own 45-yard line. Second, and call it 15 for the Plainsmen at their own 45. 7:05 to play in the half. 14-0, the Indians with the lead. Parvin out of the shotgun. Two receivers stacked to the left. Parvin drops straight back, looking downfield. Here comes some pressure. Down he goes. The Indians a pressure. Gets there. Was that Caden Tafoya there for the sack? At least a partial sack for Caden Tafoya.
Tafoya getting great penetration there. Nothing fancy about what he did. Came right up the middle. And it was Reese again on the outside for Laramie. Set up for a quick screen, but had no time as Tafoya zeroed in and put a good tough shot on Parvin and got him down to the turf. Right now, 3rd and 20. All the years I coached, I used to tell my coaches, I'm not sure we have a 3rd and 20 play. So you've got to count on your kids here to do something really special.
Noah Reese splits far right. Kirsch far left. Parvin out of the shotgun. Timeout. The officials will come out and stop the play, and the Plainsmen want to take a timeout and talk over this 3rd and 20, and they're checking their play sheets, Dan, to see if they do have a 3rd and 20 play. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. 6:18 to play in the half. Indians leading the Plainsmen 14-0. You're listening to and watching high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
If you believe the destination is the journey, you'll love exploring in the 2025 Subaru Crosstrek. It gives you the confidence of standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus a 182 horsepower Subaru Boxer engine. The 2025 Subaru Crosstrek. Love is out there. Find it in a Crosstrek. 182 horsepower engine available on select models.
Experience the Halliday difference at Halliday Subaru.
Welcome back to Risky Field. 14-0 on the Pepsi scoreboard as the Indians leading the Plainsmen. 3rd and 20 for the Plainsmen as they're back to their own 40. They had advanced the ball to the 45 of the Indians at one point. A sack and a penalty have pushed it back. 3 receivers to the left. Parvin out of the shotgun. He's going to roll to his left, plant and fire downfield. And he had Noah Reese, and Noah Reese sliding will make the catch at the 43-yard line. What a throw and a catch by Noah Reese.
Got to give credit to Laramie's Isaac Kirsch, though, on that play. He's the left wide receiver. He did a nice job going on a straight down the sideline fly pattern, pulling the corner deep. And so as Reese came across out of his left, essentially slot back position, he was able to do a quick little out corner move. I'm sure Laramie is frustrated they didn't get those 4 extra yards, but that was a really nice play all the way around. Should have got them a first down.
4th and 3 as they worked it back inside Indian territory to the 43-yard line. Parvin out of the shotgun, 3 receivers wide right, 1 wide left. Parvin out of the shotgun, drops straight back, looking for the fade, fires, and it is caught. That is Kirsch at the 10. He is in, and the Plainsmen score. 2 plays for the Plainsmen on 3rd and 20, and the next play they score. That is a 43-yard touchdown pass. Dax Parvin to Kirsch.
Got to give big credit to Laramie coaching staff on that play. That was set up actually by the previous play. As I had said, Kirsch doing a jet route right down the sidelines. They ran the exact same route. This time the corner bit, trying to check for the run. Instead, they threw it over his head.
And the PAT is no good. So 7-6, but a 43-yard TD pass. 14-6, Indians with the lead on the Pepsi scoreboard. 5:32 to play in the first half. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
Ready to level up? Show your team pride every time you pay with the new lineup of FNBO Visa Debit Fan Cards. Free with any FNBO checking account. Unlike any card you've seen, with unique design, raised detail, and premium finish. Pay in style, everywhere you go. The new collection, only from FNBO. Visit fnbo.com/debit to get yours.
A penalty pushed it ball back as they nearly got a first down on a 3rd and 20. Next play ends up a touchdown for the Plainsmen. A 43-yard Dax Parvin to Isaac Kirch pitch and catch. Weston Hennist on to kick it away. Dennison and Teasley, or Richards and Teasley back deep to receive, and it is a high pooch kick fielded short at the 42-yard line. That's where the Indians will start over, and both teams just looking to keep it away from those deep returners who are explosive. So Central will have it 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Once again, Central starting position, their own 39, the Laramie 49, their own 38, their own 42. Outstanding field position to start their drives for the Indians. Receivers split off to either side. Woods out of the shotgun. Woods gives to Richards right up the middle, a big hole. Richards pops it out to the left, and he's going to be spun down as he works his way across the 50, out near a first down. And it is enough for a first down.
Tyrone Richards, 5'10", 165, junior running back, doing a great job. He's number 2 in the state at 70.5 yards per game. And right now he looks like he's ready to add on to that. That was a fantastic read to cut back inside and find the extra yards.
2 receivers to the left. Woods out of the shotgun. And Central, the entire right side of that offensive line, jumping.
Well, and the lineman turned around and got frustrated the quarterback. The quarterback got frustrated the lineman, so there had to be a little bit of miscommunication in the huddle. Somebody missed a call somewhere. Just not clear, but it's always odd when you see 3 guys all false start at the same time. There was something that just went wrong in the huddle for him.
That'll push it back 5, 1st and 15. Now back at the 48-yard line of the Indians. Owen Woods on the inside, give to Richards. The burst right up the middle as he spins away from some contact. He's at the 45 of the Plainsmen, inside the 45, down to the 42-yard line. A nice burst for Richards. He just gets in the middle, Dan. He's kind of, I'm not going to say big. You look at him, and he's what, 5'10". He kind of gets lost in the mesh.
Well, and plus I don't know if you noticed, Reese, and anybody listening on radio obviously would know this, but if you're watching this on the stream, keep an eye on what Central's doing to their offensive line, because they're taking Tafoya.
All negated as there was a hold, and it looks like it's Dak Beetleman that may be on the ground. Plainsman is hurt holding this up, but it is a Beetleman. So again, negating the great run by Tyrone Richards. Is Central going the wrong direction after this kick? An off motion, and now the hold will make it 1st and 25.
Well, as I was saying, when you watch this on the stream, you'll see that the coaches for Central are taking Tafoya, left tackle, a guard, and Jack Garrett, tackle, and they're actually flip-flopping them back and forth on which side they want to present the power running to. In that case, those 2 boys just stepped up and did a great job of moving everybody back. Unfortunately, a holding penalty knocked it all out of the stat book, but it still was a really nice-looking play.
Indians going the wrong direction on this drive, leading 14-6 on the Pepsi scoreboard. Receivers split off to either side. In motion now is Teasley. Inside give is Teasley. Works it around right side, looks to cut it back up and in, and he's going to pick up some positive yards and work it back near the original line of scrimmage.
I really was hoping Austin would see that outside seam a little bit quicker. He thought about cutting back inside or putting a juke on. Instead, that slowed him up. He had a nice break on the outside. If he had headed to the sidelines and got upfield, he probably could have picked up another 6 or 8 yards. The defenders were behind you, but he cut up. I must say he hesitated, which let them close the gap and shut him down. But still, what a great pickup by Teasley.
Second, call it 14 for the Indians. 2 receivers split off to the right side. Woods out of the shotgun. Inside give to Smith. Smith works left side, and there's the Plainsman pursuit. Trying to get off left tackle, and then the Plainsman there to shut that down after about a 2-yard gain for Campbell Smith.
Big credit to the Plainsman's linebacker, Taylor Gale, 6 foot 195. He did a great job of reading that out of his left side and took off to the right. He saw the pulls of both the right and guard and tackle and read that pull perfectly to go down and close that right behind the pull to make a nice tackle for minimal gain.
Timeout.
No, I think we got another penalty.
Another flag.
Lining up offsides, I believe, on the Plainsman.
What do you think they're going to work on in practice this week? Move on the ball. Let's not line up offsides. And that completely changes things. The Indians had it 3rd and 13, makes it much more manageable, and brings it 3rd and 8
maybe
for
even
almost for the Indians.
Yes. Well, I can tell you my coaching history, there's a lot of kids who learn the hard way that we're not making simple mental mistakes like that. We will practice and practice until you just cannot survive practice anymore. You will not forget tonight.
Now a timeout. The Indians will take a timeout on a 3rd and 7 at the Plainsman 44-yard line. 3:05 to play in the half. 14-6. Indians with the lead over the Plainsman. 32nd timeout. You're listening to and watching high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
At Fat Boys Tire and Auto, our business is about more than just selling tires and fixing cars. We believe in faith, family, and community. The Fat Boys family has been serving Wyoming and Nebraska for over 50 years, and 3 generations later, our values have never changed. When you need tires or auto repairs, find the Fat Boys, and we'll treat you like family. Fat Boys Tire and Auto in Cheyenne, Laramie, Scottsbluff, and Wheatland. Get price quotes and schedule service at fatboystires.com.
3rd and 7 for the Indians at the 44-yard line of the Plainsmen. 3:05 to play in the first half. Owen Woods takes the snap out of the shotgun, rolls right, and a flag comes flying in behind the play. Woods, lots of running room down the right sideline. He is bumped out of bounds late, but this is coming back. That was right in the vicinity of a hold or a block in the back, and that was just Owen Woods, keeper around the right end out of the shotgun. He picked up the first down, but again, the Indians shooting themselves in their foot on this drive with a couple big penalties, and now a really big penalty that takes away a first down.
Looked like the intention of that play was Teasley was lined up wide right. He got upfield about 10, maybe 8 yards, did a quick little inside move, and then went on a jet straight down the sidelines. Woods looked deep to him, but wisely tucked it and ran. Unfortunately, with the linemen rolling out, trying to make their blocks on that rollout, there was a straggler behind, and one of the offensive linemen reached out and pulled a jersey, made a real easy call for the officials.
The hold will make it 3rd and 17, completely changes the situation. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, lined up in the slot. Now Teasley in motion from right to left across the formation. Swing it out to Teasley. Teasley on the reception, spins, picks up a couple blocks along the left sideline, dancing, still on his feet and tiptoeing the sideline. Maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage and then some, as he works it back inside Plainsman territory down to the 43-yard line.
And you'd love to see them have the confidence to run Dang Pedersen out here for a kick field goal, but a 50-yard field goal might be a bit much for a high school kicker. So instead, Central's going to line up. They got 4th and 6. They're going to look to go for it. So they've got 2 wide receivers and ready to go.
Woods out of the shotgun. He'll take a step up, now take a step back. The crowd here, this Plainsman crowd in front of us, is getting loud, and the quick kick with nobody back deep. The Indians looking to deaden it inside the 10. They do, and what a play. Owen Woods, the quick kick. We see John Elway do that all the time. Will pin the Plainsman deep with 2:29 to play in the half on the Pepsi scoreboard.
Yeah, that was actually a nice little play. I kind of read that as it happened, because when he set up in his shotgun position and took a step and a half back, kind of got a feeling right away what was going to happen. But Laramie didn't have anybody back, and they're going to pay the price for that with, what are we at, down 2 minutes left, Reese?
Laramie will have it, and at their own 10-yard line, inside the 10, near the 8.
2.5 minutes remaining.
Have to change the football out and let the Plainsmen get theirs in. Dax Parvin will work out of the shotgun. Standing just to his left is Tyler Gale. Kirsch split off wide left. Reese wide right. Two very dangerous receivers. And Dax Parvin has the arm to get it to him. High snap. Parvin comes down, and he'll hand it up to Gale up the middle, and Gale will drag a couple Indians across the 10 out to the 12-yard line.
And this is one of those positions with the short time that's left in the field position. The fans are hollering for a deep ball. They want to see that big play happen, but Laramie's going to be wise and right now think about field position. They don't want to get caught on a 4th down and punt and give the Central back, as you mentioned earlier, he's another good shot at field position. So effective offensive here is the best offense for Laramie, not quite looking for the big play until they have to with a few seconds left in the half.
4-yard gain for Gale. 2nd and 6 from their own 12. The Plainsmen, Parvin out of the shotgun, 3 receivers. Split off to the right side, up high once again, and Parvin going to keep it himself, try to just work it right up the gut and give themselves a little bit of room to attack on 3rd down. Parvin picking up about 2 yards.
The clock is both the friend and the enemy right now, the Plainsmen. I think we just slipped to a timeout here, Reese.
Central takes the timeout with 1:31 to play in the first half, leading the Plainsmen 14-6. And I thought the Plainsmen, after getting a little bit of momentum and getting the stop, Dan, might look to attack a little bit more. But again, deep in your own territory like this, do not want to make that mistake. You look at the numbers of Dax Parvin. He now has 3 touchdown passing on the season, just 1 interception to this point on the season, and Parvin averages about 113 yards passing.
And this is why the head coaches get paid the money they get paid, and they have to make the decisions they do, because as a coach, you have to be intelligent and non-emotional about this. An effective offense right now keeps the Central offense off the field. If they turn it over on short field, Central hasn't proven that Laramie can do much to slow them down. They sure as heck don't want to give up an extra field goal right here with just seconds left.
3rd and 4 from their own 14-yard line. 3 receivers split off to the left side. Parvin takes a snap. He looks right, fires. He's got his man. It is caught. That's Kirsch. Kirsch across the 20, out to the 25-yard line. 11-yard gain. 1st down.
Clock stops at the 1st down. That's real important to the Plainsmen right now.
And Kirsch, just one of those possession guys, just always seems to get out and get open. Now working around to the left side, and that's Parvin. Parvin just keeping it himself out near the 1st down marker. Picked up just a couple of yards as the Plainsmen picking up the pace. And Parvin gets out of bounds, and it stops the clock. He'll pick up 1 yard on the scramble to the left side.
That's one thing that coaches want their players to understand. If you can't control the score, control the clock. And if you're going to get on the outside, if we can't break that away, then get to the sideline, get out, step out of bounds, stop the clock, give us a second shot at being effective on our next play.
4-yard gain is Parvin out of the shotgun once again. Plainsman trying to work quickly. Parvin claps the hands. He looks left, fires, and just out the side of the reach of Isaac Kirch. looking his intended receiver. That'll stop the clock with 1:07.67 seconds left in the first half on the Pepsi scoreboard. 14-6, a one-score game here in the first half between two 1-1 teams.
Central's defense right now cannot actually be their most effective offense. If they stand tall here against the Plainsmen, they're going to give at least Dane Pedersen a shot at kicking 3 points, but even able to go for 6 if they can.
3rd and 6. Parvin slaps the hands, drives back, middle screen, set up perfectly to Kirsch. Kirsch has some blocks. Kirsch across the 35, out near the 36-yard line, 37-yard line. Middle screen set up perfectly. Nearly an 8-yard gain. We'll call it a 7-yard gain from Parvin to Kirsch.
More importantly, gives the Plainsmen another set of 4 downs.
Parvin drops straight back out of shotgun. Here comes some pressure, trying to roll away from trouble, rolling to his left and fires along the sideline, and it is incomplete. Catching the ball out of bounds for the Plainsmen was Weston Ennis.
Ennis did a nice job of catching that out in front of him. Unfortunately, the rollout that the quarterback was forced into there just took a little bit too much time, and the receiver hit the sidelines before he could make the catch.
43 seconds left in the half, and this is a Central defense right now that they need to bow up at this point. Plainsman offense, you mentioned it a little while ago, Dan, was starting to find a little bit of rhythm, and they found their rhythm with the passing game.
Central bringing in a little bit faster, smaller linemen on this. They're going to come hard to the blitz here, and they're showing it right now.
Parvin drops straight back across the middle. He's got his man. That is A.J. Sidoris. Sidoris at midfield. Sidoris with the 12-yard catch.
Yeah, what's making this effective right now is the Central defensive backs are trying to play in a position to prevent a deep ball, which is giving those little bubbles inside, and that's what Laramie's taking advantage of right now.
Timeout will stop the clock at 35 seconds, and both teams retreat to the sideline, and unofficially, Parvin with 108 yards in the first half passing. Sidoris with that catch. That is his second catch for 11 yards.
Parvin has only averaged 113 yards per game so far this season, so obviously Laramie's find their identity counting on their quarterback and his arm. He does a nice job of stepping into his throws and really keeping a quick release and a very effective low flight on that ball. Gets to the receivers very fast. Defensive backs struggle to read it, make a play on it. And right now, that you can just feel this rhythm coming out of the Plainsmen. Parvin knows what he wants to do with the ball, and he's making it happen.
And, of course, one of those, a 43-yard touchdown pass is part of it. These are very unofficial statistics. I would like to remind everyone of that. No, I'm always on the money. I can barely just watch the game and talk and keep stats at the same time. But now the Plainsmen will send 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Parvin out of the shotgun, drop straight back. Parvin flushed out now. Looked almost like a quarterback draw right up the middle and is hit right as he picks up about 1 or 2 yards driven back. And now flags fly. And this could go against the Indians, maybe a little unnecessary roughness.
I think Conrad Prescott got a little enthusiastic with hitting there. He and Cody Witt teamed up together to do a nice job of sticking Parvin, but unfortunately the whistle blew. They put a little extra thump on him, and they're going to call that every time, unnecessary roughness.
And that's going to be 15 yards on Central. So penalties kind of thwarting an offensive drive, and now penalties certainly helping out the Plainsmen here late in the half, 29 seconds, and the Plainsmen will have it 1st and 10 at the Indian 34-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Gale in the backfield just to the left of Parvin. Parvin will roll to his left. Parvin looking downfield, plants and fires and hit immediately. He's got his man. That's A.J. Sidoris at the 16-yard line.
Part of the idea that Central's playing right now is they're dropping 6 into coverage. Both linebackers, 4 defensive backs. And they're really trying to prevent that kind of bubble play right there. But Parvin just doing a fantastic job of reading those short routes. And again, I just compliment the young man's arm. He's doing a great job of quick release and a very strong throw every single time. You don't see him float and you don't see him dance, and those are the two things that will drive a coach crazy. And Dax right now just seems to have everything under control.
Please put 24 seconds on the clock. 24.
No, the Pepsi scoreboard has 19 seconds on it. Now the official's asking to put 5 more seconds. 24 seconds left. Wind the clock. 3 receivers wide right, 1 to the left. That's Noah Reese. Parvin drops back, looking to Reese. Reese on the slant and drops it. Noah Reese had it in the end zone, and he dropped it. And then the reaction of these Laramie fans right in front of us, priceless, as they all just
hands to head, arch back, head faces to the sky of, oh my, what just happened? Reese did a great job of cutting inside the cornerback there, running a little skinny post, a quick cut to the end zone. Parvin saw it perfectly, put it right there in his mitts, and literally, I don't want to throw any shade at the kid, but it's almost as if Reese was celebrating before he made the catch.
Until that drop, Parvin had 8 straight completions. 2nd and 10. Parvin fires right, and up high to pull this one in is Noah Reese. And Dan, he goes up and makes that catch on the far right side and hauls it in. And the one that was right in his breadbasket, like you said, maybe looked away. That'll be a pickup of 1, bring up 3rd and 9.
You got to love that Reese came right back and made a nice, effective little catch there for him. But more, you got to give credit to the coaches of turning to Reese and saying, we know you can make a play, kid. Go do it again.
9 seconds to play in the half. 3rd and 9 from the 12 of the Indians. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Parvin drops straight back out of the shotgun, looks to the end zone, and overthrows Sidoris. And that'll bring up 4th down, and good coverage there. And, you know, that's one of those ones I am glad the officials let that play stand. I'm sure some people were thinking maybe there was a little bit of contact, but that was just an outstanding play for Central's defense, and Parvin just overthrows Sidoris just a little bit.
And that play, actually, I think they were looking to make there was to get the ball outside to Noah Reese. He's at 6'3", and he's playing one-on-one football with cornerback Tyrone Richards, who's 5'10". They're trying to take advantage of that height, but Tyrone did a nice job of sticking right to his chest and not letting him get open.
Timeout on the field. 4th and 9 with 4 seconds to play in the half for the Plainsmen. They have it at the 18, 19-yard line of the Indians. And the Indians just looking to make one more stop and to try to get into the locker room with that 1-score lead. Weston Ennis handles the kicking duties for the Plainsmen. He is in the huddle, but we have seen him make a catch in the first half as well.
And this is where you really see the strategy and the chess match that is high school football. Central has to guess, are we going to send guys and get quick pressure back there? But they also have to recognize that Laramie's getting the ball out quick, and Laramie coaches, there's no more important people on the field right now for Laramie than their 5 front guys. They've got to make their blocks.
Laramie looking for the field goal. The ball will be spotted Hashmore right at the 24. A 34-yard field goal attempt here for Weston Ennis. On the hold is Tyler Gale. The snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is on the way, and the kick is no good. Ennis misses the 34-yard field goal attempt, and that will do it for the first half. The Indians back on their heels at the end of this first half, hold and keep the Plainsmen off the board thanks to a missed 34-yard field goal by Weston Ennis. They'll go into the locker room leading the Plainsmen 14-6 on the Pepsi scoreboard. We'll take a 4-minute timeout, and when we come back, we'll have some very unofficial halftime statistics for you. You're listening to and watching high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
Wow. And I'll tell you why, because I'm going to get zapped on YouTube for music rights. So if you can, just hit a quick 30.
All right. Can you flip on the lights real fast?
If you believe the destination is the journey, you'll love exploring in the 2025 Subaru Crosstrek. It gives you the confidence of standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus a 182 horsepower Subaru Boxer engine. The 2025 Subaru Crosstrek. Love is out there. Find it in a Crosstrek. 182 horsepower engine available on select models.
Experience the Halliday difference at Halliday Subaru.
The players return to the field. Up to bat are the Warriors. First up, number 7. There's the pitch. It's a hit, good for a single. Next, number 18. He swings, line drive to center field. 15 steps up, another hit. Bases loaded now as number 40 approaches the plate. It's headed for the fence. Grand slam, the Warriors win the game. Make it home safe. Buckle up, every passenger, every trip, every time.
Sometimes you're anticipating it. Sometimes it's unexpected. Occasionally it's something small. But most of the time, it's a pretty big deal. It's your best day ever. And Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union is proud of the part we play in making each of them happen. Whether opening your first savings account or moving into your dream home, Meridian Trust is there for all your best days.
Tired of watching your savings sit still? At First Tier Bank, we work hard to keep our CD rates at or the top of the market because your money deserves more. No gimmicks, no hidden fees, just Cheyenne banking with real returns. Visit FirstTierBanks.com or stop by one of our Cheyenne branches today, downtown at 18th and Cary or Stillwater Avenue, Cheyenne. First Tier Banks, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Since 1986, here's a list of cars and SUVs I have purchased or leased for myself or my family from our local dealers here in Cheyenne. Kia Optima, Sorento, K5, 2 Chevy Blazers, Honda CR-V and 3 Pilots, Aztec, Villager, Trans Am, Pontiac GT, and Grand Am. What do all these vehicles have in common? Well, for service work, even if it was just a simple oil change, they were taken care of by Shine Auto Repair and Service. Larry Perotti for Car. When you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And there's no one that knows that feeling like Cheyenne Allstate agent Jason Gilbert, because he works every day to get people like you the coverage they need with the savings they deserve. Contact him for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
That's the sound of a Mountain Dew. And that's you enjoying its refreshing citrus kick. That's a cool breeze suddenly whistling through your hair.
Whoa!
That's you realizing you're now on a mountain.
This is epic!
That's you stating the obvious. That's you stepping up to the plate. That's you winning your kickball game.
Yes, let's go!
That's you taking another sip of your Do the Do.
Welcome back to Risky Field. At the half, the Central Indians leading the Laramie Plainsmen 14-6, and it was a first half that nearly the first quarter and halfway through the second quarter, Dan, the Indians pretty much dominated, and then Laramie kind of got on track offensively, and what they did was sort of abandon the run and just put the ball in Dax Parvin's hand, and he has great guys on the outside that can make plays, and they certainly did that. A drop touchdown by Noah Reese, pretty much the difference in this game right now. And as for Central, when Laramie started getting in rhythm, defensively, some penalties. Offensively, drive was stalled due to penalties that started in Plainsman territory. But field position in the first half has been huge for Central as well. Their first drive started at their own 39, then at the Laramie 49, then at their own 38, then at their own 42. So they've had great field position, sometimes just going short fields to get to those 2 touchdowns. And defensively for Central, they've given up a couple of big plays. They've bent, but they haven't broken. There was a goal line stand and couldn't get it in when they offensively couldn't get it in when they were down on the half-yard line. So plenty of excitement in that first half for both teams.
I think we talked in the pregame, Reese, about what was the mission for tonight for both these squads, and right now I feel like it's happening, and that is Laramie is discovering their identity is they're going to be effective in the air. If Dax, their quarterback, can keep throwing effectively, Reese gets open on the outside there, that's really Laramie's identity, and they're very dangerous when they can throw it, and they're getting that feeling when you get a pass rhythm going, man, it makes it fun to coach and it's fun to play. Central, their identity right now has been a balance, both balance attack on offense and defensively. They're blitzing on a fair share, but they're also sitting back on a fair share. They're a really nice balance of run and pass. You don't feel like you know which they're going to do before this ball is snapped. They're doing a great job of getting behind those big linemen. So I think right now the score is showing it. And I think this is a great game for both of these teams to find that identity, because we talked about this is a game that could be a difference maker when it comes to who gets into the playoffs and who doesn't.
Yeah, and we'll take just a quick look at some unofficial team statistics here. Scoring recap goes like this. Central got on the board first, and it was Jack DeMano with an 8-yard touchdown plunge at the 7:24 mark of the first quarter. And then Central, it was Witt with a 1-yard touchdown plunge to make it 14-0 at the 9:32 mark of the second quarter. Laramie struck back with a 43-yard touchdown pass from Dax Parvin to Isaac Kirsch. The PAT was no good, made it 14-6. And then at the end of the first half, Weston Ennis missing that 34-yard field goal attempt to make the score 14-6. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. We'll come back with some individual and team statistics. You're listening to watching high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
We're celebrating the grand opening of our new showroom with a sale on new Kias. I'm AJ Miller for Kia of Cheyenne. Right now, come in for savings on a new 2025 Kia Carnival, which will give you more features, safety advancements, comfort, and much more. There's no need to go anywhere else. We've upgraded our facilities to provide you with an even better service for an exceptional car buying experience. Come in, call 775-0123 or go to KiaofCheyenne.com and we'll make it easy.
This is your journey. But whatever direction you take, whatever path you find, wherever your journey leads, everything you need to get there is right here. Find your path and your community at LCCC.
Wyoming owned and operated since 1971, Burns Insurance is Wyoming's right choice for your insurance needs. Burns Insurance is a trusted choice, full-service, independent insurance agency offering a full range of commercial, agricultural, and personal insurance products through many national and regional carriers. Let our friendly, experienced agents help you find the right product at the right price for your asset protection. Buy the policy, get the agent at Burns Insurance, your right choice. Find Burns Insurance on Facebook or at burnsia.com.
I always get a kick when I see ads for a huge vault of silver they found, or they get their gold from a certain company. Hi, this is Larry Perotti for the Coin Shop in downtown Cheyenne. Family owned and operated since 1982. You can buy and sell your gold or silver, along with other precious metals, including palladium and platinum, at the Coin Shop each Tuesday through Friday. You'll always get top dollar for your gold or silver, as David Brockman has his eye on the precious metals market each day. So stop on by for a fair and honest appraisal of your precious metals, or give David a call and set up a time to stop by. You'll always find coin collections, collectible coins, proof and mini sets, and more today. So why wait for the others? Shop the Coin Shop in historic downtown Cheyenne at 510 West 16th Street, open Tuesday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. Or give them a call at 7196.
Your home is where memories are made, so why not make it a place you truly love? With a home equity loan, you can update your space, improve your curb appeal, or finally finish that home project you've been putting off. Competitive rates, flexible options, and simple approval make it easy to get started. Make the equity in your home work for you and love where you live. Apply today at pvbank.com. Platte Valley Bank, you belong here.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Risky Field. The Cheyenne Central Marching Band on the field right now with their halftime performance. And let's just quickly run down some team and individual stats. And again, these are unofficial stats. Laramie has carried the ball, ran the ball 12 times, 22 yards. Dax Parvin through the air, 9 of 14 for 121 yards and a touchdown. 142 yards total offense in the first half for Laramie. For Central, 13 carries for 53 yards, and Owen Woods 5 of 6 for 79 through the air. Central 132 yards total offense. Tyrone Richards 10 yards. Witt with a touchdown. Owen Woods 3 rushes for -1, and of course that's what happens sometimes when you're the quarterback. Austin Teasley 2 carries, 23. Jack DeMonte 1 carry with that 8-yard touchdown run, and Campbell Smith, the big fella, 5 carries for 19. Those guys always get the tough yards. And receiving, Austin Teasley 3 catches for 49. Jack DeMonte, again, he had that 8-yard touchdown run. So again, my numbers may be off just a little bit. And Kean Dennison 2 receptions for 51, and Calvert with 1 catch for 10 yards. And for Laramie, Tyler Gale 4 carries, 10 yards. Dax Parvin 6 carries with 7 yards. Dax Beetleman 1 carry for 3. Boone Frood, he's on number 1 on my list for all-state name team right now. 1 carry for 2 yards. Dax Parvin, as I mentioned, 9 of 14 unofficially for 121 yards. Kirsch 3 catches for 63 yards for Kirsch, including the 43-yard touchdown catch. A.J. Sidoris, 3 catches, 24 yards. Noah Reese, 4 catches, 29, including a dropped touchdown pass. Boy, he's going to want that one back. Dax Beetleman, 1 carry, 1 catch, 5 yards or 1 carry. And those are some individual stats for you here. Again, unofficial stats. Dan has a look at some scores from around the state.
Thank you, Reese. In Class 4A, first half scores. Number 1 Sheridan against number 3 ranked Natrona County. Sheridan with the lead 14-7 in the first half. That is a heck of a football game tonight, but all these look like to be tight, good games. Number 2 Cheyenne East leads Thunder Basin 7-6. Number 4 Campbell County in the first half up 6-0 on the Rock Springs Tigers. And at halftime, of course, here at Cheyenne Central, number 5 ranked Cheyenne Central leading 14-6 against Laramie. And across town, Kelly Walsh at halftime with the lead on the Cheyenne South Bison 42-0. A few other county schools that you might be interested. Burns today posting their game against Tongue River, 2A football. Burns with the win at 12-6. And a 1A 9-man, Pine Bluffs playing at Rocky Mountain. Game called a half with Pine Bluffs, number 1 ranked Pine Bluffs with the win 26-14, called due to weather. And if you play football in Wyoming, weather seems to always be a factor, but it's looking beautiful here at Cheyenne Central, Reese.
Certainly is. The game started, it's about 74 degrees, a very little wind, and that was the song. The players tried to take the field, and the marching band refused to yield as the Central Band is still outperforming, and we are at the half. That's a quick look at some scores from around the state and some unofficial halftime statistics. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. We'll be back with the second half. You are listening to and watching high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
Ready to level up? Show your team pride every time you pay with the new lineup of FNBO Visa Debit Fan Cards. Free with any FNBO checking account. Unlike any card you've seen, with unique design, raised detail, and premium finish. Pay in style everywhere you go. The new collection, only from FNBO. Visit fnbo.com/debit to get yours.
Capital Lumber is lumber one in Cheyenne. Are you listening? We're all the lumber store you'll ever need.
Serving Cheyenne in the area since 1965, Capital Lumber Company is still the place for all your lumber and hardware needs. Whether you do it yourself or have it done professionally, get all the tools, paints, fixtures, and accessories for every part of your home today at family-owned and operated Capital Lumber Company at 1222 Dunn Avenue in Cheyenne, celebrating 60 years in business. Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Delrange serves up breakfast, lunch, and dinner each Monday through Saturday. And at Chick-fil-A, they don't have to stray from their menu. They're proud of what they do all the time. Chicken. Check them out online at CheyenneChicken.com and have them cater your next event. Use the convenient drive-thrus. Come inside or use the Chick-fil-A app to do your next order. Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Delrange. Here's a phone number to keep handy in today's high-technology world. 307-256-8971. It's the number for affordable computer repair. Whether it's a virus, hard drive, motherboard, keyboard problem, or just to update your computer with the latest versions, Lanny at Affordable Computer Repair has the expertise to address and fix these problems and more for your desktop, laptop, or tablet. Call locally owned and operated Affordable Computer Repair for your home or business computers today at 256-8971.
From your head to your toes, we're here to keep you moving. With consultation, treatment, and rehabilitation all in one location, it's easier than ever to get the level of care you deserve. Cheyenne Regional. We inspire great health.
This is your journey. But whatever direction you take, whatever path you find, wherever your journey leads, everything you need to get there is right here. Find your path and your community at LCCC.
Performing, and let me tell you, an incredible performance by the marching band and flag team as both teams have been out on the field for a number of minutes now warming up, and there has been 3 minutes on the Pepsi scoreboard for about 10 minutes, and now they finally have started it, and we'll be underway with the second half here shortly. And Plainsman, as much in a rhythm as they were offensively at the end of the first half, Dan, will have the ball to start play here in the second half.
And you got to believe Laramie's going to come back out and just keep doing what they've been doing the last 5-10 minutes of the first half. Effective passing, very quick little cut back routes, little scoop screens. Nothing fancy, but when they want to, we've seen them already. They know how to unload and go deep, and Central's got us play smart defensive positions on all the pass routes.
You're watching and listening to high school football on 1480 K-Ray. Reese Monaco and the mayor, Dan Morris, with you. And high school football, high school sports on K-Ray, brought to you in part by Affordable Computer Repair, the Breadbasket Bakery, Kia of Cheyenne. Cheyenne Frontier Days. We'll see you in 2026, July 17th through the 26th. Capital Lumber Company, FNBO, Laramie County Community College, Cheyenne Regional Medical Center, and Chick-fil-A. Just a couple of the outstanding sponsors of high school sports on 1480 K-Ray. And this will be a very interesting second half. Central took advantage of outstanding field position in the first half to get a couple of scores. They attacked quickly, and Laramie settled in, and then the Plainsmen started getting on a roll. And I can see why Dax Parvin was maybe paid a visit to UW. I mean, it's a 6'3", 185-pound junior, kind of fits the mold, and he can sling it.
Yeah, he actually, I mean, the skill set there looks like the kind of quarterbacks the University of Wyoming loves to see. And Josh Allen, Brett Smith, a long history of guys that are maybe just a little underrated when they show up, but seem to have a lot of the tools. It's part of the reason that Coach Bull fell in love with Josh Allen was it wasn't exactly a superstar career he had, but he shined in the right places, and Bull saw it, and there's a lot of potential in Dax.
Dane Pedersen has it teed up on the left hash at the 40-yard line. Noah Reese and Isaac Kirsch back deep to receive. Noah Reese and Austin Riggin, is he back deep to receive for the Plainsmen, and Pedersen puts a foot to ball, and this one will sail over Noah Reese's head, and the Plainsmen will start at their own 20-yard line with the touchback. And Central defense, we've seen the linebackers and some safeties come flying in and making some outstanding plays for the Central defense. And right now, those corners have their work cut out for them. You see Tyrone Richards out on one of those corners, and when you have guys like Kirsch and Woods out, and you're a one-man island out there sometimes. You got to do your best. Parvin out of the shotgun to the inside give, work it off right side, off tackle, cutting back in, and a nice gain for the Plainsmen on a first down. That is Gale. Gale works it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 5 for Gale on first down.
Terez Dorfer, coming from his defensive line position, did a nice job of shutting down the hole, but there was a great drive of that running back, picking up extra yards just by pumping his legs, keeping his knees high, and determination picked up probably 2 or 3 of those yards.
2nd and 5 for the Plainsmen. Ball at the 25-yard line. Taking their time in the huddle. And there may be a penalty. I'm not sure what the discussion.
11:55.
Oh, we're having a clock issue. 11:55. It says 11:58 right now. Those clock operators. Doesn't matter what level you're at. Plainsmen will send 3 to the left, 1 to the right. That's Noah Reese. Parvin out of the shotgun. 1 back, and on the inside give, off tackle, right side, and a nice run for Boone Frood. Frood picks up the first down and a couple more as he works it out to the 31, the 33-yard line.
We do have a penalty on the play.
So this one will be pushed back, and both teams, Laramie has got to just look at this game from the opening drive to now. Just penalties have been stopping momentum. It is a hold, and maybe that's why the play opened up to the right side, as there was a hold that prevented it.
I think it was actually probably, if I had to guess, on the right tackle, because the hole looked like it was inside, and Boone was supposed to dip inside. Instead, he cut it back outside when the left defensive end or tackle went to peel out. I'm pretty sure, unfortunately, that Sam Harshberger, that his right tackle position, just got a little extended out, got caught holding.
2nd and 16, 3 receivers split off to the right side. Now in motion from left to right is Frood. Frood will stop behind this formation. Inside give. Not much room there. It will be a gain of just a few yards for the Plainsmen.
1 yard gain on the play.
1 yard gain on the inside give to Gale.
Right now, Central's run defense is looking really sharp. They're playing very fast on that play, particularly Cody Witt comes up from his linebacker spot, sticks the running back right at the line of scrimmage, not giving much up. And if Central can play defense with just their front 5, maybe front 6 at times, they can do a lot more effective job of shutting down Laramie's passing.
3rd and 15, Parvin with Frood in the backfield, standing just to his right. 3 receivers split off to the left side for the Plainsmen. Parvin claps the hands, drops back. He looks left, he's flushed out, rolling out near the right sideline, guiding traffic. He's shoved and fires on the run. It's off the hands of Sidoris. Sidoris goes to the ground, and the Plainsmen fans want pass interference as Sidoris went up high to get that, and Caleb Henney was there to shove him and to keep the ball from being complete.
That was That's one of those plays that the official, if you thrown that play in front of 4 other officials, you probably get 3 different other calls because that was really tight. But I really think contact was made with the receiver just as the ball touched his hands, and I don't think there was any problem with that.
Sidora staying on the ground. He went down hard. It'll bring 4th down, and the Plainsmen will have to punt this one away. We have a timeout on the field here as they attend to Sidoris. He is up and moving around, and I'm watching Dax Parvin roll out and run around in the backfield like that, Dan, and I go back to last year when there was a guy who's now wearing a uniform for UW, and I think of Droob, who would run around and throw on the run, and he had dudes that just went and made plays downfield, and that's kind of what I'm seeing out of this Plainsman team.
I totally agree with that, Reese. That's a really good point to make. Droob was really good at throwing off his back foot on his rollouts, and we can see this out of Dax too. The kid really makes some nice effective plays, really good looking passes.
Aniston to kick this away. It is a high wobbler, and Central on the run of making the catch and working it up. That is Dennison. Dennison works it over right side. Dennison still on his feet across the 30-25, and a nice running return there for Dennison. And Central will have incredible field position at the Laramie 20-yard line.
They got penalties back here on the 46, Reese. I think Jackson Boyd, who was up one of the upbacks, got caught blocking in the back, trying to make that gap happen for the return man. But if you can't see his eyes, you don't make the block. It's that simple.
Keenan Dennison, it can be one of those. Central has got a couple of those guys right now. One, Tyrone Richards in the backfield. Keenan Dennison on one of the outside, and Austin Teasley, another on the outside. They have guys that can flip the field and change the game.
Absolutely. Probably this is going to be a spot foul, and looks like, again, it was on the 46, 47-yard line.
The officials are gathered around talking about it just to see where it will finally be placed for the Indians to start their first possession of the second half, leading the Plainsmen 14-6 on the Pepsi scoreboard. I just finished a day at Pepsi here. Got it at the concession stand here at Risky Field.
Killing me. I need one badly.
I should know better than to drink liquids while I'm doing a broadcast.
There's a reason why I don't drink it during the game.
Because Dan will start his first play-by-play here in a minute. Well, Larry is here to pick up the slack if there happens to be a bathrooms-type situation. Finally have sorted this out, and what could have been a ball at the 20 of the Plainsmen has now worked back inside Central territory, and looks like it's going to be placed down at the Indian 45. Now working it back. Was there a couple of penalties on the play here? I'm not quite sure what is going on.
I'm going to guess there's unsportsman.
Return team. After the play, dead ball.
Okay.
Personal foul is the kicking team.
Block in the back and a personal foul. Both penalties enforced, so you have to mark it off and mark it back. Now Central's possession will start at the Laramie 40-yard line. So still outstanding field position for the Indians. Owen Woods works out of the shotgun. Indians send receivers off to either side. Smith in the backfield just to the left of Woods. Long snap count. And on the inside give, fakes it to Teasley. He's going to keep it himself and pull it, work right up the middle to the 30, inside the 30, down to near the 28-yard line.
That was a beautiful run option by the quarterback, keeping his eyes up and seeing the flow of the defensive linebackers and backs as they all ran to their far right, trying to read Teasley on that. He did a nice job of recognizing that, pulling the ball out, and just heading up right up through the middle gap, pick up some fantastic yards for the Indians.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Woods again with Smith in the backfield just to his left. This time gives it to Smith. Smith sidesteps one tackle, and he's going to be wrapped up around the ankles as he falls forward to the 25-yard line. A 4-yard gain for Campbell Smith, unofficially 6 carries for 23 yards for the big fella.
Campbell loves that you called him a big fella.
6 foot 175.
Right.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Woods Looks like he's audibling out of the play, steps up, and now to the right is Smith. Woods out of the shotgun. The snap is good, and a give right up the middle, just right up the gut again is Campbell Smith. He has the first down as he rumbles to the 15-yard line. That'll be a 9-yard gain for Campbell Smith for a first down for the Indians.
Nice read by Campbell to get up inside there. He got it right up the A-gap there and then saw the pursuit by linebacker coming across, put a hard cut left and cut right back to his right, picked up probably about 7-8 more yards just because he had his eyes open trying to find the open field.
1st and 10 from the Plainsman 15. Smith just to the right of Woods. Receivers split off to either side. Now again, Woods fakes the give on the inside give, just going to take it right up the middle, across the 10, down near the 5, give him the 6-yard line, a gain of 9 for Owen Woods. And Central has come out, Dan, and they are leaning on those big fellas up front on this drive. Jack Garrett, Taden DeFoya, DJ Sayers, Rigdon Smith, and Karsten Scholl.
Owen doing a great job of reading right now. Those are all options he's running. He could easily hand that ball off, but he's recognized that these linemen are doing their job, and he's picking up big yards with it.
Witt in the backfield just to the right. Fakes the give on the slant. Looks like it may have been batted down at the line of scrimmage, and looking for the slant to the right side, and faked the give to Cody Witt. The pass will be incomplete. It'll stop the clock at 8:06 with the Indians 3rd and 1 now from the 6-yard line of the Plainsmen. They had just been kind of shoving it down the Plainsman throat, Dan, and decided to pass. Witt just to the left of Woods, working out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Looking to the sideline and changing the play once again. Now Woods will back up in the shotgun, and switching off to his right is Witt. Give to Witt. Witt just powering his way forward. And Witt just finds it wide open. And that is an Indian touchdown as Cody Witt scores from 6 yards out. That is his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Clearly, discussion was held at halftime with the Central linemen and their line coach about effective blocking up front, because right now the front 5 are just dominating Laramie. They're making big holes every time they want to go. Patterson now on for the extra point kick.
The snap is good. The hold is down. The kick on the way, and the kick is good. And the Indians extend their lead to 21-6 at the 8:02 mark of the 3rd quarter. We will take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to and watching high school football on K-Ray.
We're celebrating the grand opening of our new showroom with a sale on new Kias. I'm AJ Miller for Kia of Cheyenne. Right now, come in for savings on a new 2025 Kia Carnival, which will give you more features, safety advancements, comfort, and much more. There's no need to go anywhere else. We've upgraded our facilities to provide you with an even better service for an exceptional car buying experience. Come in, call 775-0123 or go to KiaofCheyenne.com and we'll make it easy.
This is your journey. But whatever direction you take, whatever path you find, wherever your journey leads, everything you need to get there is right here. Find your path and your community at LCCC.
Welcome back to Risky Field. Cheyenne Central. A 40-yard touchdown drive capped by Cody Witt. 6-yard touchdown plunge as they lead 21-6 over the Plainsmen on the Pepsi scoreboard. And again, Dane Patterson, his kickoff sails into the end zone. And Laramie will start at their own 20-yard line following the touchback. And Laramie came out here in this 3rd quarter looking to run the ball when they were so effective through the air with Dax Parvin. Parvin with Gale just to his left, three receivers to the left, one to the right. That's Kirsch for the Plainsmen. Parvin out of the shotgun, drops straight back to pass, nowhere to go. Now he's going to be flushed out, and he finds Reese on the crosser at the 20, and Reese will be hit and knocked out of bounds. And boy, he was hit hard as he crosses the 30, out near the 32-yard line, nearly a 12-yard gain from Parvin to Reese. And that was a long developing play. Reese had to go from the left to the right to come to get that ball.
Well, and I think actually that was set up originally to be a screen play because the offensive linemen for Laramie released their guys. But the nice thing with the Central is they recognized it very quickly, and everybody pulled up and backed up, taking away that screen. But Reese, being the athlete he is, came across in that crossing route, as you said, Reese. Nice little quick reception, nice little pickup for the Plainsmen.
13-yard gain, 1st and 10 from the 33 of the Plainsmen. Parvin slaps his hands, and he'll be rolling out to his right. Pump fakes, looks downfield, and is hit hard as he gets near the 35 to the 36, and the Indians still rallying there. Parvin not going down, and grabbing him and kind of spin him back. That'll be nearly a 3-yard gain, 4-yard gain for Parvin on the scramble.
Give Parvin credit. He didn't want to go out of bounds, but probably his most effective play was there. Just step out of bounds. You were surrounded by 3 Indians, all of which were wrapping you up really tight. There's no point in getting hit even more and getting possibly injured. Dax Parvin right now is making all the difference for the Plainsmen. They've got to be able to count on him every play.
2nd and 6 from the 37-yard line of the Plainsmen, again sending 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. That's Kirsch. Parvin out of the shotgun, 1 back standing just to his left. Parvin on the inside give, will give it off, and that is Boone Frood spinning. Frood into the open right up the middle across midfield as he'll dive out to the 44-yard line of the Indians.
That was a fantastic run. Frood probably threw about 4 different moves there between cuts, spins, dodging, and just driving hard with his legs. That was a lot of yards earned on his own. Lyman made a quick block up front. He hit the hole fast and then did everything else in the backfield, picking up some fantastic yards for himself.
Call it a 17-yard gain. 1st and 10 now at the 44-yard line of the Indians. 6:53 to play in the 3rd quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard. 21-6. Indians with the lead. Parvin again the inside give, just right up the middle for Frood as Frood powers his way forward for nearly a 4-yard gain, 5-yard gain for Frood.
Central, their defensive backs right now just in a cover 2, kind of splitting the field in half. Quarterback staying out wide on their receivers, and then the safeties are just sitting inside, keeping their eyes on quarterback, seeing what he's doing with the ball, giving themselves a chance to react. And again, Central's safeties lining up inside the receivers, anticipating Dax running the ball.
Parvin out of the shotgun, takes a snap, drops straight back, looks right, fires right. Kirsch is down there. Kirsch has it knocked out of his hands. Good defense by the Indians back there. One-on-one on that island was Tyrone Richards to knock the ball out of Kirsch's hands right near the 5-yard line.
Tyrone Richards, I'm going to put him in the category of one of Central's better athletes this year, and I'm kind of impressed. Laramie keeps challenging him. They don't think his 5'10 is tall. And when I look out there, Tyrone just doesn't, I don't know if he even looks like he's at 165. He's maybe lost some weight in the preseason, but right now he's being effective. What's nice is he gets inside the receivers and gets his hands up in their face just as the ball arrives. He's really good, does a nice job of watching their hands. 3rd and 6 at the Indian 40. Parvin out of the shotgun. Gale just to his left. 3 receivers. High snap. Parvin has to go up and get it. He's going to keep it. Off tackle. Right side. And he's going to dive out close to a 1st down. And he has it by a yard. A 7-yard gain for Dax Parvin as he had to go up high and bring that one down. And the Plainsmen have taken to the ground here in the second half and methodically moving it down the field on the Indians. This drive started on their own 20 after the touchback. We talked earlier about Dax Parvin just having that kind of that Wyoming cowboy build. You know, 6'3", 185 pounds. Looks like he could probably carry another 25, 30 pounds on his frame without a problem. I would be not surprised if UW's being serious about looking at this kid.
2 receivers to the right and swinging out of the backfield, trying to get it to Gale and just out of his reach on the swing pass to Tyler Gale, working his way out of the backfield, an incompletion.
That's a little tough on the quarterback, too, because he faked the dive with the running back, so he's got to stick the ball out in front of his hips to show that fake and then pull the ball back to make that quick throw. And right now, Dax is doing a great job of making quick throws. That time, just a little rush, trying to get a little excited to get the ball out front, and just didn't quite get the ball back where it needed to be for the receiver.
Out of the pistol with Gale now standing behind Parvin out of the shotgun, and changing the snap count in. All the Indians decided to jump off sides. That'll push it up 5 yards.
Those jumps like that are often a sign of frustration because the defense is getting tired. Their minds are wandering because their bodies are telling them it's getting exhausting. And right now, Laramie's doing a great job of keeping things fast-paced on the Indians, and that's just a matter of self-control and focus. Coaches just lose their mind when they see their defensive linemen do that stuff.
Parvin unofficially 11 of 18 for 133 yards, and he'll give it off, and working his way right side off tackle is Gale. Gale picking up some tough yards. He's out near the first down on 2nd and 5 from the 27, and it is going to be a first down for Tyler Gale. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line of the Indians. The Plainsmen just marching. Again, this drive started at their own 20. 5:13 to play in the third quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard. Indians with the 21-6 lead. How many times do you say it? Boy, that missed extra point's going to come back and haunt you.
It's going to be a big difference maker, absolutely.
Parvin with Frood just to his right out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left. Parvin takes the snap. He'll roll left. Parvin being chased. Parvin looking downfield. Parvin is going to be caught and just driven backwards. Great pursuit by the Indians defensive end to just string that out to allow the pursuit to get there and throw Parvin for just a 2-yard gain.
There's a little interesting fighting going on there inside the lines. Big Jack Garrett came in there and popped a few of their linemen as he was trying to create pressure. Obviously, maybe even a little too enthusiastic because he knocked the helmet off one of the Laramie kids, but no penalty, so at least Jack kept it clean, however he made it work. But that's the kind of enthusiasm right now and intensity that the Indians need to shut this drive down.
Caleb Wallace checking into the game. Obviously, it was an offensive lineman who had his helmet knocked off, and he comes in at the center position for 1 snap with Parvin out of the shotgun. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. 2-by-2 formation, and he hits him Harvin right on the hands. Quick pass, left side, right along the sideline. He's got his man fighting for yardage, and the central pursuit there is once again, that was Kirsch.
And Laramie's not afraid to recognize to use those bubbles. The defensive backs just give them an extra 3 or 4 yard cushion, respecting Laramie's speed. And Laramie's doing a great job of mixing it up, both going deep, keeping that deep threat viable on every single play, but also pulling up and dropping those little soft pockets that Central defense creates. Parvin with a great job of recognizing that quick cut and that fast pass.
3rd and 2 for the Plainsmen from the Indian 15-yard line. Parvin out of the shotgun. He'll drop straight back. Here comes the pressure right up the middle. Parvin spins away, rolling left. Parvin looking into the end zone. He fires and overthrows everyone, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Cody Witt doing all he can to apply pressure to the quarterback there, chasing him all across the field. And I'm not sure, probably Cody would tell you he probably hasn't run that fast all year long. He was doing everything he could to catch up with Parvin. Parvin doing a nice job of throwing off his back foot on the roll to the left. Just a little outside, a little long, but Plainsman sitting down on 4th down. Big decisions here to make.
4th and 2. Laramie has already missed a 35-yard field goal. It looks like the offense will stay out on the field. There was another player who had a helmet come off that had to come off, but now the Plainsmen send Weston Ennist out onto the field to maybe try for the field goal. And Ennist. That's going to be 4th and 2. The Plainsmen will go for it at the Indian 13-yard line. Now, the Plainsmen will work their way back to the sideline. A timeout. We will take a timeout as well. A 30-second timeout. You're listening to high school and watching high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
That's the sound of a Mountain Dew. And that's you enjoying its refreshing citrus kick. That's a cool breeze suddenly whistling through your hair.
Whoa!
That's you realizing you're now on a mountain.
This is epic!
That's you stating the obvious. That's you stepping up to the plate. That's you winning your kickball game.
Yes! Let's go!
That's you taking another sip of your Do the Dew.
4th and 2 for the Plainsmen. From the 13-yard line of the Indians, this drive started on their own 20-yard line for the Plainsmen. A big decision here. They appeared as if they were going to go for it on 4th and 2. Weston Ennis is on the field. He is the place kicker. He has missed a 35-yard field goal. The Plainsmen will send 2 receivers to the right. They are going to go for it. Ennis is in a wideout position. Dax Parvin out of the shotgun. Tyler Gale standing just to his right. 4th and 2 for the Plainsmen.
Hard slant by Noah Reese right here would be a pretty effective play for wide receiver right.
Parvin
there goes right there,
takes the
slant.
snap, and there's the slant, and just in and out of the hands of Noah Reese. And again, great defense by the Indians, and there is a flag down. It appears as if there might be a roughing the passer penalty as Dax Parvin is still on the turf, and he roughing the passer, and that will give the Plainsmen the first down, and Parvin is still on this risky field turf. He threw a laser right to Noah Reese, just over Reese's outreached hands. Again, the Central secondary doing a great job, but a roughing the passer penalty will keep this drive alive as the Laramie training staff is attending to Dax Parvin.
And I don't want to create drama or stress on anybody on what might have happened in that hit. Unfortunately, I was watching the receiver, the slant by Reese, but when you see your quarterback go back on his back like that and his arms stick up in the air and take that frozen body position, oftentimes that's an indicator of some sort of concussion protocol in effect. A little bit of damage to the back of the head because he got slammed straight back on his back. I'm just praying for the kid right now. Let's hope everything's okay. He's just too good of an athlete to want to see these kind of things come to an end for him at this moment.
The Laramie sideline has all taken a knee. The starters huddled up and took a knee as well.
He is standing up.
Now they're standing up, and now Parvin is on his feet, which is great to see. And we're starting to get some rain here at Risky Field. As it is raining, the umbrellas have come out, and Parvin is slowly walking off. He's taking his gloves off and handing them to one of the staff, and I'm not sure that he is all there right now, Dan. He's walking very gingerly. It doesn't appear to be an injury to the legs or to the arms, but this may be, like you said, they used to call it getting your bell rung, but you don't call it that anymore, as he slowly walks to the sideline.
And it's high school football. I mean, the kid's health. My son played football at a pretty high level for a long time, and he suffered his fair share of concussions, and it can be a scary situation, both for the athlete and the parents. You want to make sure that kid's healthy above everything else. Dax just means too much to this team to have to sit out a couple weeks, but we'll see how he goes.
A.J. Sidoris is in at quarterback, and the snap will go over Sidoris' head. He has to run it down as he slides down and falls on it. Out near the 27-yard line, the ball was on the 6 after the penalty, and now the Plainsmen were knocking on the door. We'll have it second down and about 26 after the snap went up over A.J. Sidoris' head, who is in right now as the backup, and Parvin, helmet off on the sideline, being talked to by one of the Laramie coaches.
But there's no one standing around him panicking, so hopefully, as I know it sounds a little bit demeaning, but I hope you're right, Reese, just a quick bell ringing there, and you'll have a quick recovery.
Sidora swings it out of the backfield, tried to get it to Tyler Gale, and just throws it a little bit short and out of his reach. It will be incomplete as A.J. Sidoris, who we've seen make some outstanding catches, is now in at quarterback for the Plainsmen. And it doesn't appear as if Dax Parvin could be close. We bring up 3rd and 26 with 2:27 to play in the third quarter on the Pepsi scoreboard. 21-6, Central with the lead.
And it's tough. A high-stress moment like this, you're bringing your backup quarterback, a little bit of rain, wet football, pressure right now to perform. It's a lot of stress on Sidoris.
Sidoris drops straight back, fires, looks towards the right side, and it is a tip, throws into double coverage, looking to Kirsch, and there were 2 Indians, one in the front, one behind, and knocked that away. They're looking to the front left corner of the end zone as Sidoris' pass falls incomplete.
Laramie sidelines really hollering and screaming for a pass interference play there, but both defensive backs did a great job of keeping their eyes on the ball. Went up clean play on the ball. Yes, there was contact, but it was pretty even. You don't get a free call just because 2 players happen to touch chests or touch shoulders as they're going up. That's not going to be a free call from the officials. And that time, I thought it was a really nice call by the officials to keep it in their pocket.
4th and goal from the 26 now for the Plainsmen. Sidoris. 2 receivers split off to either side, drop straight back. Sidoris looks to the end zone, and it is picked off. The Indians have picked it off, and that is Teasley to the 40. Teasley brought down to the 45. Teasley right near the goal line picked that one off, and Austin Teasley returns it out to the 45-yard line. A huge defensive play for the Indians.
Rightfully so. A lot of frustration on the Plainsman sideline right now. That was about all Sidoris could probably do to get the yardage out of that pass. Unfortunately, a little short for him, and Teasley with a fantastic get up high, catch that ball at the high point. And then, of course, Austin's just pure athlete once he gets his hands on the ball. Great acceleration to give himself 40 yards on that return.
So the Indians will have it 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. 2:08 to play in the third, and they leaned on that big offensive line on the first scoring drive of the second half. Up 2 scores, may do it again. Woods out of the shotgun. Woods fakes the gives to Teasley, fires across the middle. He's got a man. It is complete, and that is Damana. Is that Jack Damana right across the middle? The big tight end will take it across the middle. So much for me saying they might want to just run the ball.
No,
he works it deep into Plainsman territory.
I think you're right on that, actually, Reese, because that's exactly what Central's been showing to the Plainsmen, and they showed everything that was indicated that would be a run, same as every run they've ran so far. In that case, though, Damana released from his tight end position, quick jet down the seam, and fantastic pass and catch.
Brings up 1st and goal, and from the 10, and big fella right up the middle. That is Campbell Smith right up the middle. Did he get in? Yes, that is an Indian touchdown. As Campbell Smith takes the handoff right up the gut, and the Indians are on the board 2 plays after the Plainsman turnover.
This is a game of rhythm, and whoever maintains their rhythm the best oftentimes win. Right now, you saw Laramie at the end of the first half really get into a great rhythm, but kind of things out of control right now. Pedersen on with the kick.
Patterson's kick is up, and it just gets over the crossbar. And the Indians are building on their lead at 28-6 with 1:39 to play in the third on the Pepsi scoreboard. We'll take a 30-second timeout. This is high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
We're celebrating the grand opening of our new showroom with a sale on new Kias. I'm AJ Miller for Kia of Cheyenne. Right now, come in for savings on a new 2025 Kia Carnival, which will give you more features, safety advancements, comfort, and much more. There's no need to go anywhere else. We've upgraded our facilities to provide you with an even better service for an exceptional car buying experience. Come in, call 775-0123 or go to KiaofCheyenne.com, and we'll make it easy.
Welcome back to Risky Field. Indians take 2 plays to score following an interception and now lead 2 plays later, 28-6 on the Pepsi scoreboard. Woods connected with Damana for 33, and Campbell Smith takes it in the rest of the way. After that pass play, Pedersen has it teed up at the 40 near hash. High end over end kick. Noah Reese will just watch it sail over his head into the end zone, and Laramie again will take over at their own 20-yard line. Central starting position in the third have been at the Laramie 40 and at the their own 46. Laramie, every possession has been at their own 20. They did drive deep into Central territory. The Teasley pick at the goal line brought it out, and 2 plays later, Central finds pay dirt to build their lead to 28-6 with 1:39 to play in the third.
Is Parvin back out there?
Dax Parvin is back out. It's a high snap. He'll pitch it off to his right. That's Tyler Gale. Gale turns upfield. Gale out near the 25-yard line. You do not want to put Dax Parvin in any danger right here. He came off the field, and you're gonna have to. He wasn't gonna stay out too long.
Now, no athlete that really is going to play in that star role wants to be. Sometimes coaches have to be a little tough, but trainers were over in front of Dax, gave him a quick check on if there was possible any concussion. Obviously, he cleared it, so he's obviously back out there and making plays for the Plainsmen.
3 receivers to the left. Parvin slaps the hand. Inside give to Tyler Gale. Gale off tackle left side. Works out near the 30-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 4 yards, 5 yards. Good enough for a first down for Gale.
First down play here. And right now we haven't seen Parvin drop back and pass yet. I think this is a do this for your quarterback kind of moment. Step up and everybody make your blocks, but give good yards. Let's not get Dax hurt. Give him a chance to get his mind back into the game and clear out the cobwebs a little bit, and he's ready to roll.
Fruit and Gale in the backfield on either side. It's a high snap, quick swing pass, wide receiver screen out to Noah Reese. Reese on the catch out to the 35-yard line, a 5-yard gain, and there you have it. If you want him to throw, you protect him with plays like that.
Very quick release to the outside. Reese doing a nice job of getting his shoulders turned to the inside, hands up high. And, you know, when you're throwing it to a 6'3" target that puts his hands up, and he's probably nearly 8 feet with those things up in the air because he's just a long, lean kid. Great-looking football body.
And that'll do it for the third quarter, the final play of the third quarter. The Indians with the 28-6 lead on the Pepsi scoreboard. We will take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
Ready to level up? Show your team pride every time you pay with the new lineup of FNBO Visa Debit Fan Cards. Free with any FNBO checking account. Unlike any card you've seen, with unique design, raised detail, and premium finish. Pay in style, everywhere you go. The new collection, only from FNBO. Visit fnbo.com/debit to get yours.
It is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne. Reese and Dan with you. High school football. Cheyenne Central looking to improve to 2-1 if this can hold for the next 12 minutes, leading Laramie 28-6 on the Pepsi scoreboard. Dax Parvin was knocked out of the game, back in. Now Laramie moving from right to left. Motioning out of the backfield is Gale. Inside give to Fruit. He is hit in the backfield and driven backwards.
Cody Witt into the backfield.
Cody Witt got in there in a hurry, and Fruit will lose a yard on that carry. Caden Tafoya, one of the seniors on that offensive line, one of the captains, the Central team as well. 3rd and 7 for the Plainsmen at their own 34-yard line. Taking their time in the huddle. And Dax Parvin will break the huddle. Had to leave the game a little bit earlier. 3 receivers split off to the left sideline. A timeout called.
I think they got him on delay of game, Reese.
All right, it is delay a game, so manageable third down at 3rd and 7, maybe a long 6. Now backs it to 3rd and 12. Plainsman penalties have really self-inflicted wounds. Parvin out of the shotgun, takes the snap, and rolls off to his left and under some pressure, and down he goes. And the first thing to hit the turf is his forehead, and that was Caden Tafoya on the chase and the sack, and that will be a big loss on 3rd down for the Plainsmen.
Caden Tafoya, fantastic Central High School family. They've been in China a long time. His brother, his uncle, I'm sorry, not his brother, his uncle and his dad both being athletes here. And Caden brings intensity that you just can't coach. Caden is a athlete above being a football player, can make a play anytime he wants.
There is a flag down. I didn't see it initially, but now it's picked up, and have to see what this is on, who this is on.
Personal foul. Defense. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot.
It is a personal foul on the defense. They didn't say what the personal foul was. But it is against Central, and that will give the Plainsmen a 1st down and extend this drive. So Central appeared as if they were going to get the ball back, 4th and long for the Plainsmen, but the 15-yard personal foul penalty extends this drive and will give a fresh 4 to the Plainsmen. Parvin out of the shotgun, backs on either side, 2 receivers split right. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line of the Plainsmen. Parvin drifting back, middle screen, and it is dropped immediately. Maybe lost a couple of yards. What a defensive play by the Indians. Was that Jack DeMona?
That was Conrad Prescott again.
Conrad Prescott, okay.
Absolutely beautiful form tackle. Came up, kept his toes in the dirt, wrapped up around the thighs, and drove the running back right back onto his back. That was a fantastic tackle. You can't just do that perfect. That's a lot of practice to make that look that good.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 13. Ball back to the 41-yard line of the Plainsmen. Parvin out of the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Kirsch, Fruit in the backfield. Enniston in motion across the formation from right to left. Parvin back to pass again. Here comes the pressure. He is flushed out, pump fakes, fires towards the sideline, and just throws this one away into the Central sideline. That'll stop the clock at 9:38 to go in the game. Bring up 4th down for the Plainsmen.
Indians ratcheted up. They were getting some really nice pressure up the middle, sending linebackers, but the defensive line doing exactly what they have to do at this point. They're starting to, you got to block Jack Garrett. You have a day. The kid's a load, but everybody else up front doing their job too, and they're getting pressure on Dax before he can even give it comfort back there. You've got to make sure that you're forcing Parvin to move. That gives him less time to get reads done.
3rd and 13. Parvin out of the shotgun, 1 back just to his right. He'll drop straight back. He'll tuck it and go. Parvin spinning away, and he is dropped as he gets maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, which will bring up 4th and 10, maybe 4th and 11 as Parvin. Dan, I tell you what, I see that young man after watching him the way he came off the field. Just take a deep breath when he took off running like that.
I'm sure Mom sitting in the stands felt the same way. There's just a little bit of fear that is he okay? Can he do this? But I'll tell you what, when you got a kid out there like Caden Tafoya coming to tackle you, you better want to play hard because Caden right now is enthusiastic, excited. He's making some big hits.
picks up 11. Fourth and picks up a couple. 4th and 11. Parvin drops straight back. He looks right, fires right. It's caught right near the 50-yard line. And even if it is complete, it's not enough for a first down. It will be incomplete. And the Indians will take it. And the Plainsmen turn it over on downs. And the Indians will have a incredible field position once again at the Plainsman 43-yard line. I would look for a steady dose of Richards and Witt and Smith. But again, last time I said that, they threw a 33-yard touch. They threw a 33-yard completion.
Fortune teller.
It's Richards just to the right of Woods working out of the shotgun. Give it to Richards up the middle, breaks a couple tackles. He keeps the legs pumping. He's across the 40, out to near the 37-yard line.
That's what Central's after. They can get 4 or 5 yards on every run. There's no reason to do anything else. Running keeps the clock moving. If faster the clock moves, the more it's a friend to Central. They can be effective with their runs, big blocks up front. This is exactly what the Indians want to do right now. Count on those backs, count on those big linemen.
And a flag comes in as Central breaks their huddle. This come in from the white hat behind everyone, and false start on offense. So
well, that was kind of an interesting call because the lineman, no one was really even set yet. Somebody must have stepped up and stepped forward. I couldn't see exactly what the call was. We're not getting the luxury of any numbers from the officials tonight, so it's not clear what exactly happened. But
we'll push it back 5 and make it 2nd and 10 now for the Indians. Woods out of the shotgun. Richards to just right. Now Woods will take the snap and roll right, look downfield and fire. And is it complete? He had a man right at the 35-yard line. It appears to be complete. That is Keenan Dennison, who went to his knees and brought it in. And a nice pass by Woods. The only guy that could catch that was Dennison. It'll be a pickup of 8.
Ideal third down situation. Anytime you're less than 4 yards on a third down, as a coach, your playbook right now is wide open. You can do just about anything you want, but you really got to believe that they're going to ask those big linemen to just step up and do rush, big push again up front to get those yards. Laramie anticipating with a lot of guys inside.
3rd and 2, and here comes the Plainsman defense. We got right after.
That was
Keenan Dennison.
8 or 9 man sellout there. Laramie was guess and run, guessed right. There were just not enough blockers up front for the Indians. They're going to wisely choose to come out here with the punt and try to pin the Plainsmen deep.
And is Dane Pedersen on to kick it away. Nobody deep right now for the Plainsmen. Pedersen looking to see if he can deaden this inside the 20, maybe even the 10. It's a good snap, and it's a end-over-ender that will take a nice hop inside the 5, and Central is there to down it at the 4-yard line and pin the Plainsmen deep. And Pedersen, again, is quite the weapon with his leg.
Both punting and field goals, as I said earlier in the game, his dad invested a lot of commitment into making sure his boys were the star kickers that they could be, and I've had the pleasure of watching both of them grow up and spent time with them as a coach and a fan. And you're right, brother Brock, now Dane, both kids have made a big difference for this Indian program for several years.
1st and 10. Call it the 3-yard line. Parvin will be a couple yards deep in his own end zone, working out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left. Ennis in motion from left to right across the formation. He'll stop. Parvin back deep. Here comes some pressure. He ducks out of it. A flag comes in late. Throwing on the run, and it is incomplete. And a flag in the end zone, Dan. This very well could be a safety against the Plainsmen as Parvin was rolling out to right. We saw the flag come in from deep, and if there's a hold or anything, again, a penalty in the end zone is a safety and could add to the Central score.
In all the years I played and coached, one of the hardest things you can ask offensive linemen to do is guess what the quarterback's doing back there. They expect him to sit back in the pocket and just make a crisp pass. They know it's a square, straight block, but all of a sudden he rolls out.
5 yards ahead of the run.
Well, so much for my safety call. It was a face mask on the defense, and that moved Laramie out of the shadow of their own end zone. And it'll make it 1st and 10 now for the Plainsmen as the ball is moved out near the 7-yard line. 3 receivers split left, 1 back in the backfield. Next to Parvin. Parvin claps his hands, sets up the swing pass. Wide receiver screen. That's Kenneth. That's again Kirsch. Pardon me. Kirsch with the catch.
And right now, you feel like they're kind of setting up Reese again out there at his wide receiver spot. Noah Reese is that tall receiver, and they're kind of working him in these little quick cuts inside, letting the other receivers take the ball. But every time Dax has got his eye on him, and they're going to set him up for a long home run here.
Pick up a 5, and they'll just 2nd and 1, just pound it over the right side, looking to pick up the 1st down. It is going to be close. That Central defense, they're to close that down in a hurry.
I really like how the Indians are playing defense right now. They kind of fell apart, lost their directions there at the end of the first half, but they've come out to the second half realizing that they have to play fast. No matter what you're doing, get off the blocks fast, pursue the running backs and the quarterback fast, play fast defensive back, and the faster they can play, the better off they are with just all the athletes they have.
Is enough for a 1st down, 1st and 10 for the Plainsmen. Again, swing pass out of the backfield. That is Boone Frood, and he is hit immediately. The Central Indians defense is just swarming. Maybe a 1-yard gain on the swing pass to Boone Frood out of the backfield.
I was really expecting them to look at something going deep there, but now they're in the situation where they really have to consider it. 2nd and 8. I've got to think of something going deep.
Parvin takes the snap and rolls to his right. Parvin fires on the run. He's got his man out near the 30-yard line with the catch. That is Jaron Mislin getting some guys into the game.
Well, really nice job, Parvin, there, too. He does another rollout. I'm very impressed with, obviously, his arm and his accuracy, but he has good feet under him. If people haven't played quarterback, it's hard to understand how hard it is to throw a ball when you're rolling out and on the move. You've got to understand your footwork and timing with your shoulders and your arm. There's a lot of moving parts, and he's doing a great job.
Parvin drops straight back. Here comes the Central rush. Parvin will spin, work his way to his left, and flags are flying all over the place along the near sideline. Parvin still on his feet as he's making Indians miss. Finally bumped out of bounds late, and now some of his offensive linemen coming over and having his back. They didn't like that as a flag flying from the near sideline. Looked like there was one coming from the back as well, and with Parvin juking and keeping that play alive as he did,
Keenan Dennison, a little enthusiastic hit there, but I really didn't see a problem with Laramie. Didn't like it, but Parvin was dancing down the sidelines trying to keep his toes and pick up every yard he could, and Dennison just said, no, you're going to get out of bounds now, and popped him right there on the edge. Risky call, but risky play, but it was worth it.
Almost would have been enough for a 1st down.
Penalties by both teams on the play. Holding.
Offsetting penalties. Holding on both teams, so they'll offset and replay 1st down.
5 minutes on the clock.
5 minutes. It's at 4:48 on the Pepsi scoreboard. 28-6. Central leading. Parvin with Gale in the backfield just to his left. 3 receivers stacked off to the right. Parvin drops straight back. Here comes the pressure, flushed out. Parvin going the wrong direction, looking to get to the corner, fires on the run. He's shoved out of bounds, and the pass sails out of bounds. And Dax Parvin.
Big credit to the Laramie receivers, though. They're recognizing that scramble, the pressure Central's giving, and the receivers all hitting their routes but pulling up at about 8 to 12 yards and then reading his roll whichever he goes. Everybody breaks the same direction, trying to find the seams inside the Central defense. Defensive backs right now playing a great job of keeping everybody covered. But I just want to give credit to those Laramie receivers. A nice job of reading Dax and making sure they're trying to find that open spot.
Unofficially the 30th pass for the Plainsmen, and Central has realized that, and they're just pinning their ears back and pretty much realizing Laramie has abandoned the run at this point, and they are just going after Dax Parvin. Parvin will work out of the shotgun, 2nd and 10, drop straight back. He looks left and diving and just out of the reach of his intended receiver. That is Regan Austin.
Another good quality you see out of a quarterback, and Dax is displaying it all game, is being able to find a variety of receivers. I think when we finally pile up all the stats and you compare the real details of what's happened in this game, he spreads the ball out. It would be a real easy thing to just lean on the height of Reese and throw that ball to him every time, hoping he gets up. But Dax sees the entire field, checking down, finding his other receivers, and keeping Central on their toes to figure out which receiver is the hot receiver.
3 receivers, wide left. Parvin out of the shotgun. One back just to his left. Parvin will drop straight back. Here comes the Central pressure. Parvin will keep it right up the middle, and he's grabbed around the ankles. The flag comes flying in from behind, and generally in the vicinity of a hold. And I'd like to think that was...
Yeah, you watch the body language of the offensive lineman. That's a pretty good indicator. They'll tell you what's going on. And that was a little revealing right after that happened.
So they'll move this back 10 on, well, I'm just assuming that it is a hold, and the officials will mark this off. And I haven't been keeping the number of penalties and the penalty yardage for the Plainsmen in this game, but it has been substantial.
It kills your rhythm, too. Even if you're struggling to find offensive rhythm, it's just a dagger every time they hit, and you feel like you're desperate for put up any kind of points on the board. The simplest little penalties can just gash your team and take all their energy out. Coaches get so frustrated when kids lose their discipline and start getting penalties.
3rd and 20 as the ball has been pushed back to the Laramie 21. Parvin rolling out to his left. Parvin nowhere to go with it. Going to be wrapped up and step through it and fires, and he's got his man. It is complete. Wow, Dax Parvin had a defender wrapped right around him, and he finds Weston Ennist on the catch.
You talked about watching Drew last year, making those same kind of plays. That's what college coaches are looking for. Even when your legs are not in rhythm with your shoulder, can you get that shoulder back and get the ball through quick? I haven't seen, but I think one bad pass out of Dax today. Really nice job of finding his rhythm and keeping that ball tight and low.
4th, call it 11 for the Plainsmen. Parvin looking deep and just overthrows his intended receiver, Isaac Kirsch, and again throwing into double coverage as the Indians had a couple of defenders deep. One was Caleb Henney and Keenan Dennison, and the Plainsmen will have it 4th and 11 from their own.
Dennison right there. I mean, he should have had that interception. He probably, if he had 3 more inches on his height, he would have been fine. Got up high, met the ball where it could, but just a little short on the jump, and the ball nearly a completion just over the outstretched fingers.
The Plainsmen turn it over on downs. And Central, again, outstanding field possession. 1st and 10 from the Plainsmen 30-yard line. In at quarterback is Justin Castaneda. Castaneda on the keep. Castaneda, well, a direct snap to Richards. And Richards is hit immediately. He tries to break a couple tackles, and Richards goes down after losing a yard. Central is kind of content to just run this one out. Substitution in, and Justin Castaneda was in taking the snap. Castaneda will stay in at quarterback. Tyrone Richards just off to his left, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Castaneda's going to pass and throw it behind his intended receiver. He had a receiver there wide open. That is Robbie Calvert, and if he would have led him with it, Dan, that may have been a touchdown.
I'd put $1 to donuts. That was a touchdown. The defensive backs were really anticipating a run, keeping their eyes inside, and Calvert just jogged right up the sideline. But like I said, the pass a little bit off target. Lived to play another day, and the Central right now, that thing that I think probably bothers them most is that stops the clock. And right now, just run that clock.
Castaneda, inside give to Richards. Richards pops it out right side, and he'll go down after nearly a 4-yard gain. He stayed in bounds. It looked like he was trying to get to the sideline, and he stayed in bounds. He'll pick up about 5 yards for Tyrone Richards.
I knew it. Good to see this. Here comes Dane Pedersen. They're going to give Dane a chance to post a pretty nice field goal distance here, about 41 yards.
Ball will be spotted at the 31, hash mark right. Keenan and Dennison on the hold, and now timeout. Laramie will take a timeout. Don't think they were ready for that. 4th and 4 is what it is right now. Ball at the 25, and the ball was going to be spotted down near the 31 on the snap.
I just have a feeling in the huddle right now, Pedersen looked at Coach Appadai and goes, I can make this. It's okay, Coach, I can make this.
He has the leg. He definitely has the leg. And since that rain blew in, I'm trying to find a flag to see which direction the wind is blowing, and it looks like it might be coming a little bit out of the northwest, so he may be kicking this into the wind. It will be spotted, hash mark right at the 31, a 41-yard field goal attempt. Keenan Dennison on for the hold. Dane Pedersen for the kick. The scoreboard is off, and it has gotten really dark on that end of the field. The video board is off. The snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is blocked. It is blocked. And the Plainsmen will pick it up and try to bring it back, and they'll be run out of bounds near the 25-yard lines. You're kicking a 41-yard field goal. Have to kick it a little bit lower, but a good push by the Plainsmen as they block the kick.
Great pressure by the Plainsmen. I think that little moment for the coaches to talk to his kids made a lot of sense to them. He explained quickly how they wanted them to attack coming off the right side there. I didn't catch the number of who knocked that down, but there was really good pressure for the Plainsmen. Sometimes, defenses, if you sell out on those, you can make it happen because, like you said, Reese, the trajectory of the ball needs to be a little bit lower, and that's advantage defense. Hands up high, knocking down.
2:12 to play. Central leading Laramie 28-6 on the Pepsi scoreboard, and you don't realize how bright that video board is until they turn it off. The west end zone got completely dark. It's back on now, and it's lit up now. Parvin fires near sideline, caught at the 35, and spun out of bounds is Austin Riggin.
Riggin Austin. I think it's Riggin Austin.
Riggin Austin.
Yep. First time I read his name, I thought it was the other way around, too.
So Reagan Austin with the catch. You think he rodeos with a name like Reagan? Or dad rodeos or something?
Total saddle bronc.
Parvin is brought down and the sack at the 35-yard line is a snap. Tried to bring it right back up the middle, and I don't think he got to the original line of scrimmage, so he lost a yard on the scramble. So it technically is a sack.
Right now, Central's got a lot of, I'm just going to say a little bit smaller, not quite as heavy, but very quick kids in there. They're trying to create as much pressure as they can, and here they're doing it again.
Parvin rolling out right side, nowhere to go with it, and he'll just run out of bounds. And he is doing everything in his power to avoid contact. I mean, there's times where he's just absolutely running for his life. That'll be a 1-yard gain for Parvin and bring up 4th and 1. The ball right at the 35-yard line, just over the 35 at the 36.
Doesn't get this. It's just going to take a couple victory positions by the Indians, and this will be over with just over a minute remaining on the clock.
1:14 on the Pepsi scoreboard. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Parvin out of the shotgun. Parvin on the give to Boone Fruit, who bounces it out left side, cuts back in. Fruit is in the open up the near sideline across the 40 to the 30 is where he's driven out of bounds. Boone Fruit.
That was a really nice read by Boone, too. He could have cut up 2 or 3 times, but found the big block on the outside, read it perfectly, juked twice inside, then got outside and accelerated. That was a lot of Boone on his own. Got to give credit to the lineman up front making those blocks, but Boone saw open country, and he ran for it.
He did. He'll bring down at the 30, 31-yard line. 34-yard run for Boone Fruit. 1:05 left, 1st and 10 at the 31. Parvin out of the shotgun. Parvin. Now flags flying in from everywhere. It may have been a missed snap count.
Your center turns around and shrugs at the quarterback like, I thought it was on 2. Everybody else heard 1 and he heard 2.
So they'll push it back 5 yards, and it'll still remain 1st down. 1st and 15 at the 36-yard line of the Indians. .63 seconds left on the Pepsi scoreboard. Dax Parvin out of the shotgun, drops straight back. Looking, Parvin firing to the end zone, and pass interference, and it was in the end zone. That was Noah Reitz, the intended receiver. Keenan Dennison may have wrapped him up or made some contact as Noah Reitz was working his way into the end zone. This will go against the Indians.
Well, you and I always talk about Reitz, so there's just a few things that can happen when you put the ball in the air. And in that case, the defensive back also had the choices, either give up the touchdown or tackle him early. He prevented the touchdown. That was simply that. Just knocked Noah Reitz down. Couldn't get a completion there. And now the Plainsmen are still forced to try to score with a short clock.
So 1st and 10 for the Plainsmen. They'll mark it off.
Defense, 15-yard penalty, results in a 1st down.
Thanks for the update.
In high school, 15 yards. Like I said,
exactly.
It's smarter play than giving up a touchdown. That's your defensive back should always do. You get beat a little bit, go ahead and trip him, take him down the end zone. There's nothing lost doing it. You gave up yards, now play tough defense and don't do it again.
1st and 10 at the 21 for the Plainsmen of the Indians. Parvin drops straight back, little fade to the corner, looking to the end zone, and underthrown. Tyrone Richards was there, again intended for Noah Reitz, and Richards on the defense and gave a little shove a little bit at the end, and I got some of the Laramie fans riled up.
Well, that was really good, both offensive route as well as defensive play. Chest to chest, both of them had hands out on each other, and maybe a little enthusiastic push at the end. The officials could have called that if they wanted to, but decided to let it go in this moment, let the kids make the play.
2nd and 10. Parvin again fading to the end zone, looking for Reitz, and this time the flag will come in on Tyrone Richards as he got a hand in there, and Reitz was trying to reach over Richards to make the catch on the fade to the front left corner of the end zone, and pass interference, and that will be, what is it going to be, half the distance to the goal on the 15-yard penalty, or will they just bring it down to the 5?
I think it's half here. And again, this is a great example of Tyrone being stuck at 5'10" and Reitz being able to reach out at 6'3". That's the obvious advantage that Laramie has to use. And Reitz is a great tall kid. He's got long arms, long legs.
It is pass interference on the defense. It was Tyrone Richards, and it is half the distance. Dax Parvin out of the shotgun. Behind him is Tyler Gale in the pistol. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for the Plainsmen. Parvin fakes the give, drops straight back. Here comes some pressure. He's flushed out, rolling right. Parvin looking on the end, to the end zone. He's wrapped up and brought down hard. The pursuit finally got there and brought Dax Parvin down on the sack.
Tackle will be made by number 2, Conrad Prescott.
And he did have 2 receivers, including Reese, deep in the back of the end zone, but unfortunately he couldn't set his feet long enough or get that arm around strong enough to get that ball deep in the end zone, and we're going to go to a timeout. Laramie, they really do want to put another one up here before the end of the game.
We'll take a quick timeout, 30-second timeout. This is high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill windows. Your home deserves the very best, that's what we give to you. When it comes to vinyl windows, no need to be confused. We manufacture in Wyoming, build them all right here, 'cause we know the climate. Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill windows.
Second and 17. Ball moved back to the 19-yard line of the Indians. 24 seconds to play. Parvin out of the shotgun, drops straight back, pressure once again, looks to back left, right corner of the end zone and overthrows everyone. His intended receiver was Noah Reese.
Are they getting them for offensive interference there?
I'm not quite sure. I heard a groan from some of the Laramie parents. So it may have been, the sack and maybe offensive pass interference on Noah Reese. And they're going to mark something off. I'm not quite sure what it was. Laramie going the wrong direction on this final possession. 19 seconds to play in the game.
Good ball.
Oh.
So after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, and it'll back it back 15. 3rd and 32. Ball at the 33-yard line of the Indians.
30 minutes ago, the Plainsmen felt like this game could be theirs to be had. They felt things all in the rhythm, and it's kind of just spiraled out of control in this fourth quarter. Everything going, all the breaks going the Indians' way.
Parvin takes the snap. He'll drop straight back, looking to set up now under some pressure, and this one's going to be picked off, or no, hit immediately and drop, setting up the middle screen to Gale, and Central sniffed that one out immediately, and Gale is going to be thrown for a huge loss on the play. And that will do it. That is the final play. And the Indians 2-2 on the season. The Central Indians over the Laramie Plainsmen 28-6. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. Dan and I'll come back and wrap up this one, tell you where we're going to be next week, and I'm going to try to give you some stats. I lost track.
Fat Boys Tire and
Let's
Auto.
just say the Laramie just started throwing the ball. A lot of them were incomplete. I'll try and figure something out here. And the final score, the Indians 28, the Plainsmen 6. Indians 2-1 on the season. Plainsmen fall to 1-2. You've been listening to and watching high school football on 1480 K-Ray.
From your head to your toes, we're here to keep you moving. With consultation, treatment, and rehabilitation all in one location, it's easier than ever to get the level of care you deserve. Cheyenne Regional. We inspire great health.
This is your journey. But whatever direction you take, whatever path you find, wherever your journey leads, everything you need to get there, is right here. Find your path and your community at LCCC.
Ready to level up? Show your team pride every time you pay with the new lineup of FNBO Visa Debit Fan Cards. Free with any FNBO checking account. Unlike any card you've seen, with unique design, raised detail, and premium finish. Pay in style, everywhere you go. The new collection, only from FNBO. Visit fnbo.com/debit to get yours.
Hey guys, I want to tell you a little bit about my friends at Advanced Comfort Solutions. These guys are by far your number one choice for all your local heating and cooling needs. Whether it's new install, replacement, or service, they are as good as it gets. They service all makes and models of furnaces and have an incredible comfort membership you're going to want to check out. Let the comfort professionals at Advanced Comfort Solutions help keep you and your family warm and worry-free this winter. Give them a call at 778-4911 or visit their website at advancedcomfortwy.com and let them show you why they are your number one choice.
That's the sound of a Mountain Dew. And that's you enjoying its refreshing citrus kick. That's a cool breeze suddenly whistling through your hair.
Whoa!
That's you realizing you're now on a mountain.
This is epic!
That's you stating the obvious. That's you stepping up to the plate. That's you winning your kickball game.
Yes, let's go!
That's you taking another sip of your Do the Do.
Don't fumble with your family dinner tonight. Score extra points at Two Doors Down. Two Doors Down is wired for football season and with a menu that won't penalize your pocketbook. Two Doors Down menu selections are perfect for the active family, from gourmet burgers and bottomless fries to soups and salads to the all-new platters and, of course, your favorite beverages. Tackle your family's cravings tonight at Two Doors Down, 118 East 17th Street. For full menu and specials, go to twodoorsdown.net. Two Doors Down, flippin' great burgers since 2009.
Plainsman, and just quickly run down some unofficial statistics for you. For Laramie, 12 carry rushes for 22 yards, and Dax Parvin, 18 of 32. Well, he came in, he was 18 of 30. Couple passes thrown by the backup quarterback, A.J. DeSoris, 167. So 289 total yards and one touchdown through the air for Laramie. For Central, 13 carries, 53 yards, 5 of 7 through the, through the air. Central was 7 of 8. Owen Woods unofficially 7 for 7. Justin Castaneda threw a couple of incompletions, 105 yards through the air for Central, and so 225 yards of total offense. So, I mean, you look at the numbers, both teams fairly similar unofficially. For Central, unofficially, Tyrone Richards, 5 carries, 25 yards. Cody Witt, 2 touchdowns, and he only had about 9 yards on the ground, including with those 2 touchdowns. And Owen Woods carried the ball 5 times, 20 yards, and Austin Teasley had a couple of carries. Jack DeMata with a touchdown, 8 yards away, and Campbell Smith also about an 8-yard carry. He had 8 carries for 40 yards. So all the touchdowns for the Indians coming on the ground, and they were from very close in, and they just did an outstanding job, and they controlled this game. But Dan, you were right. I mean, going into the locker room, this game was in doubt, I thought.
I felt like almost like the Plainsmen could probably pull this off, the way they just had that rhythm and that feel to them that second quarter. They came out. Central made some nice adjustments and came with pressure right away and picked up the running game. And it really became the Indians' game to lose in the second half, and they just didn't let it happen. I really think Coach Apodaca and Coach Chick, both schools probably, as I said earlier in the game, have found their identities, and it's going to be only up here for both these teams. It'll still be interesting to see which one of these is battling there in those, I don't want to say bottom 4 playoff positions, but at this point, realistically in the season, that's what you're fighting for because the 4 top teams are still just so powerful.
And speaking of that, in the second half, Sheridan is leading Natrona County 21-7, and Cheyenne East over Thunder Basin 7-0 in the first quarter. There was a weather delay in that one, and again, this may not be updated. Campbell County shutting out Rock Springs 13-0. Kelly Walsh over Cheyenne South. That was in the second quarter, 42-0. Dan, do you have some updates?
Yeah, I do have an update on Cheyenne South. They're in the fourth quarter, 42-15 right now for the Trojans. Kelly Walsh.
Well, Kelly Walsh leading South, and South is on the board. And next week here on K-Ray, we will keep it in town. It'll be Central and South from Bison Stadium. We'll have that one for you. Central looking for that third win, and you've talked about fighting for playoff spots. It generally would get you in. It'll be a big game, and South hopefully finding their stride against Kelly Walsh and maybe figuring some things out offensively. But that's the game that we'll have for you next week here on K-Ray on the radio side and on the video side as well. Hopefully you will join us, and I want to thank Doug back at our studios, our K-Ray studios. Outstanding job, Doug. Certainly appreciate all of your hard work. Our on-site producer and engineer here for the video side of thing as well, Larry Proetti, and my tag team partner, the mayor, Dan Morris. The Indians with the 28-6 win over the Laramie Plainsmen. And high school football on 1480 K-Ray, brought to you in part by Affordable Computer Care, the Breadbasket Bakery, Kia of Cheyenne, Cheyenne Frontier Days. We'll see you in 2026, July 17th through the 26th. Capital Lumber Company, FNBO, Laramie County Community College, Cheyenne Regional Medical Center, Chick-fil-A, Holiday Subaru, Wyoming Department of Transportation, 2 Doors Down, Burns Insurance Agency, Meridian Trust, Federal Credit Union, Jason Gilbert, your Allstate Insurance Agent, Fat Boys Tire and Auto, Platte Valley Bank, The Coin Shop, Gill Windows and Shutters, Advanced Comfort Solutions, First Tier Bank, Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service, and Pepsi of Cheyenne, bringing you our scoreboard that read 28-6 Central with the win over Laramie. Thanks for making us a part of your Friday evening, everyone. For Larry, Doug, and the mayor, Dan Morris, I'm Reese Monaco. This is 1480 K-Ray. Have a great weekend, everyone.